should be able to hear now, except now Joey is tripped. Why do you guys keep cloning each other?
I don't know.
Let's get this fixed.
Blame it on Buckle for not being here.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Buckle. Get it together,
It's the only
man.
reason.
Oh, Trip and
He's
I
a rock.
made sure we did our bios for our characters. Sorry if it's not that long.
It's
Like,
cool.
it's
Yeah, I'll
4
get those
paragraphs.
added probably later tonight or sometime tomorrow.
Spruce did his.
I've been working them on.
You're gonna like
Can you
Spruce's.
do the typo stuff? Because it's going to be horrible.
I may have to
Yeah.
tweak little things here and there because I couldn't like think of the words that I was.
I'm really
Trying to
excited
do
for
that.
something I was working on that I finished for Buckle for his his character, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear it and let me know what you think. And
Yep,
see how
we'll be
how it's
doing that
received.
during our first break.
I am very pleased with it.
So I will do the update command in chat so you guys can read in case I speak too fast for you. But recently, the players have found themselves in a pocket dimension within the Tower of Primus called the Arboretum. This is a massive open world area split into 4 equal parts, each one governed by a different season and system of rule. So currently, their first interaction was they arrived during the Spring Realm, or into the Spring Realm, I should say, where they quickly met their new companion, Pete Puffa, who is one of the legendary Crimson Cloaks. Exactly. He's one of the legendary Crimson Cloaks and is currently somehow under some type of curse or ailment which has rendered him undead. So, you're pretty sure that Queen Morphana of the Summer Realm will be able to solve that puzzle and perhaps renew some life to good old Pete. But in exchange, she wants the Tear of Oberon back, and Pete also wants to get his hands on the Crimson Blade, both of which have been stolen by a warband of gnolls, who have completely overrun the Autumn Realm, and now number in the thousands. So, last week we ended up with the players arriving in the Autumn Realm. They quickly found themselves entered into combat with a centaur, who they actually figured out was not attacking them so much as he was fleeing a pack of gnolls.
Do reverse centaurs exist?
Sure, because it's all imaginary anyway. And basically what you're
very happy with
describing is
yourself right now.
BoJack Horseman.
Ooh.
So maybe I can get Will Arnett on the cast, and we can have a reverse centaur. There
I've
you
got
go, Trip.
connections
We'll have a
there.
reverse centaur when I can get Will Arnett on the show. Fair enough?
I'm a tweeting.
Okay. Knock yourself out.
Oh, by the way, I feel like my mic and camera are delayed a little bit. Let me know if that's an issue that comes up.
No, it's not bad. There's always like a little slight delay, but it's not bad in your... I think everybody's pretty good.
Just let me know if it gets worse later on. Is that different setup?
So, did I miss anything from last week that you guys would like to add before we continue?
Nope.
I think
Alright.
Buckle got laid.
Yeah, I was going to say, Buckle found the love of his life. Well, his character did.
Alright. So, it looks like y'all are going to be getting into it with some... Gnolls!
Yeah, I'm ready to take on whatever comes toward me. Bennett's in a great mood. He loves this place.
Why are there hyenas?
Yeah. Oh, it's the Knolls.
Because that's what gnolls sound like. They're basically humanoid hyenas. Anthropomorphic hyenas.
Now I want
Kodos!
Lion
Coming
King.
in with the perfectly timed air horn right at the beginning of the hyenas. With a $2 holla says, no Buckle this week. No, Buckle is in a region, I believe. Or Oregon. It's probably everybody else in the world calls it.
You got my dog on just high alert mode now.
Oh, because of the hyenas.
Yeah.
What? Hyenas attacking?
She's like
Where?
walking around growling, super at attention.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Blue. Didn't mean to troll you.
After the first couple times, she'll realize that it's the speakers.
Right, right. It's an unusual sound for her to hear, I'm sure. Probably don't go yipping and barking around your house, so.
Yeah, she's just trying to protect me.
Yeah, doing a good
I'm
job.
scared away.
Good guard Doge. Good guard Doge. So thank you again, Kodos, for the $2 haul. Let's get some love up for that beautiful gentleman. And to some donations during last night's Strange Eon stream. We're gonna kick this off with a spin of the wheel.
No.
Why is that to be at the beginning?
Spin to win.
And we'll die. Just because we
Okay,
die.
that's pretty interesting. This is about to get real saucy.
Oh no.
You guys want to know what it is?
No, don't tell us. Let us find
Not
out.
really.
All right, I'll tell you guys
curious.
once we actually get into combat. So you guys were on initiative when we ended, so we are going to maintain the same initiative order.
So what exactly do we see that we are fighting? I know the centaurs drove past and said gnolls are coming. Do we see them?
Yeah, you should be able to see them to your northwest.
I do.
Let's cue up the music. Seems a bit loud. Is it just my headphones? My headphones are too loud. There we go. Right.
I say to the group as these gnolls are charging, I say, they will never know what's coming to them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well played. Well played, sir.
Thank
So,
you, voice from the-
before we even get to the initiatives, I need Serafina to make a perception check. Not a very high DC, and you
What
hit
is
it on the dot.
Oh.
You find the ground beneath you giving way. So I need you to make either a dexterity save or an acrobatics check, whichever you prefer, whichever one's higher, with advantage. Because you did notice this happening.
They're both -1.
Roll them dice, you got advantage. Yep, you're good. So, you do not fall into the massive hole which opens up next to you. But Garrett does. As he just goes
Where
falling
did that
into
hole come
blackness.
Where did it come from? That hole, it defies all logic. Where did it come
Bye, Garrett.
Well, it was one way.
It's very
to
like him
take
to,
him
for
out
that
of
to
the battle.
happen.
Well, it's like he's on vacation. I
Is
kind
it
of
normal?
maybe.
He just pulled a Bugs Bunny.
So, as that happens, Spruce, you may make an Arcana check.
Oh, happy first day of fall, everyone!
About fucking time.
Oh wait, is it actually in real life too?
Yeah.
Yep. First day of fall.
Nice, good planning, Thog. I'm sure you planned that ahead of time.
Yeah, you have no idea
Yep.
what would cause the ground to suddenly disappear beneath him. Because
And
that's what it
autumn
did.
realm.
Trip is the official inheritor
Fucking
of the one.
fairies.
The ground beneath him kind of flickered for a moment and then was simply just gone. He just
Fucking-
fell through the ground, basically.
Fairies and shit.
Could be. Could be.
The ones that decompose your compost.
Yeah,
they're
Buckle
invisible and you
rolled
can't
a
find
natural
them.
one because of his absence. Alright. Now it's time for some Gnoll action. Some good old Gnoll action.
Gonna be pretty gnolly.
Alright, what's the
Bad
movement on these
Oh
goobers?
god, make it stop.
That was
I
the-
expect that from Trip, but he is only half awake.
Oh, I'm a
There's
sucker
no
for
way out.
puns and wordplay.
Alright. So these three in front are going to take the dash action. Remaining 5 are going to be shooting at you with some longbows.
Are they really schlongbows, or
Ew.
are they just long?
No, they're longbows. I'm just being silly.
Okay.
That would be lewd. Alright, so. Except for that guy. Okay. Let's see. I will start with the top one. Woody, you were still hiding, correct?
No, he got me out of hiding.
Okay. Alright, that
Idiot
works then.
swap.
So it'll be first shot will be on Woody, then Bennett, then Dale, then Pete. Alright, so first shot on Woody. The 19 hit.
Yes.
Second shot on Bennett. 9 misses. Third shot on Dale Swales. 11
That was
misses.
me.
By the way, don't forget your monk thing.
Hmm?
Read your class stuff. You'll know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Read your character sheet. I
I'm
know
too
it's
tired
there.
to deal with you right now. What are you talking about?
It's something that will save you from taking damage from projectiles.
Oh.
Take
If you
10
want,
ammo.
You can whisper me on
might wanna
PC and
look
ask
at it.
because I play a monk in a different campaign.
And last shot on Pete. And a 19 is going to hit him.
Deflect missiles.
So,
You can grab it too, maybe, if you roll high enough.
That's not even on my character sheet. What are you talking about?
I know it's there because I put it there
You
myself.
should have it.
I'm 100% sure that it's...
You put slow fall.
Yeah, there's
That's new.
oh, what's the name of it? Deflect missile, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. Alright,
Mm-mm.
so, Ewok, your damage is going to be 7,
You might want to add it.
and it's going to be 7 for Pete. And for my last one...
Yeah, you didn't put it in here. Dum-dum.
I got you. I'll send it to you.
Deflect thing.
I got it, Thog.
Alright. Now he's got choice of targets. So D4 left to right, Pete, Dale, Bennett, and Woody. It's gonna be on Pete. And miss. Alright. It is your turn, Dale Swales.
Oh, that's me. Okay, I punch.
Before you punch,
Hmm.
you realize that you've suddenly
What?
grown breasts. In fact, all of you have switched gender.
And Woody just goes, again?
So I believe everybody is now female except for Ammo,
Ammo.
who is
Well,
now
I
a
didn't have
male
much to lose
fire
anyway.
genasi.
Ammo's got a wiener.
Wow, Bennett's day couldn't get any better. It just did.
I already have the short hair, and not much else.
So that was the spin
Not
of the
really much
wheel.
different.
Got you guys to switch genders for a predetermined amount of time. I will let you know when the effect wears off.
It's 2016. This doesn't bother me.
Okay?
I'm a sexy elf lady, I'm out of here.
You already look like a boy a little bit, so it's okay.
I don't need to adventure anymore.
Alright. So, Dale, with the very pronounced Burt Reynolds
Bosoms.
breasts,
Mm.
Meester
Before I
Burt.
punch, I like do like a quick like look down, look up, like what the fuck, and then I shrug, and then I just punch him in the face. I'm gonna save my key. Let's not. And I get advantage since.
Nope. You do not get
Why,
advantage.
Bennett's right there.
He is not within 5 feet of your adversary. Not provide flank to you from there.
What? But
I mean,
he's right. He's there to me, and then the dude is right there.
Right.
He's
So if he
there.
was immediately adjacent to the enemy, then yes, you would have advantage. But because he
He
is
is
not,
immediately adjacent to the enemy. He's right there.
he's 10 feet
technically,
away
I
and
am
not
10
5 feet away.
Oh, okay. He looks like he's directly north of my character right now. Okay.
oh no.
Flame roll 20.
Never mind. Whoop. Nope.
That is a miss.
And I move back there.
Okay.
So now you're in the right spot, Bennett. There we go.
Alright, Bennett. We're next.
Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk up to this guy and just smack him
Cool.
like an old-fashioned housewife.
Got your rolling pin out.
Yeah, the belt buckle, the big one.
17 is a hit.
Of course it is. Bennett doesn't miss. Oh shit. So, but he does close his character sheet on accident. Or minimize it.
Oops.
Not realize how to. There we go. Sorry. He's flustered by becoming a girl. Here. Sorry. Okay.
Well, your body's going through changes. It's natural to feel a bit awkward about.
I am 16 years old, so maybe I just hit a late puberty. You know?
Eight damage. Your damage has been noted.
All right. I'm gonna hold off for now because I know these things are stereotypically weak. Not
I
gonna
mean,
bunch.
they look like your run-of-the-mill gnolls.
Yeah, I don't
um,
need to waste the big spells.
And Woody. You are next.
Greetings from AOL Internet.
Right? What happened there?
I don't know. I think it's taking shit right now. The clogs are piped. I mean, the pipes are clogged.
The clogs
The
are
clogs are
piped.
piped.
Panic.
Too much fix a flat.
Yeah. I am going to shoot at this one with the musket in hopes that allowed. Like, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a roll about it, but in hopes that it might startle them a little bit because of a loud bang.
So, one more time, just describe to me what you're doing.
I'm going to shoot at. Well, shit. I didn't see these ones down here. I'll shoot at this one with the musket in hopes that. In hopes I hit it, but also maybe the sound will startle them a little bit.
Reasonable. Reasonable assumption that it might.
I should have used my inspiration. God damn it.
13 is a miss.
And
And
can I
if
start
you would like-
reloading as a bonus?
Yeah, I mean, it's still going to take you a full round
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah, yeah. I just starting it.
Yep, that's fine. So you're a little bit ahead of the game. And, Ewok, make a nature roll for me. Nox, thank you very much for that, host. Could we get shout-outs up for both Nox and Barrows Boy, please?
Well, I will give my heart and turn up my mic a bit because it is lower than normal. People are saying so.
It's not too bad. I turned you up a little on my end as well. Alright, so with a 14 nature check, these gnolls, they don't look like they're in great shape. Like, they look very, very skinny. Like, you know, you can see, like, their bones like, their skin is basically, like, kind of hanging off their bones. They look mangy and malnourished. You know, they look exceptionally gross considering gnolls. Which are not known for their hygiene or general good looks. These ones appear to be especially mangy and thin.
Okay.
Alright, so Mr. Spruce, Rip, you were next.
I'm gonna be like,
Oh, you look beautiful.
and right across this one.
Noted. That is a miss. And Serafina.
So that happens, and Seraphina's just like, meh. And she's gonna. La, 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 la. She's gonna Sacred Flame.
On?
That one.
Okay.
Dex! You fail.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Aw.
an 11 fails.
Yes. DC is 13. So, 6. Which is.
Alright. Your damage has been noted. Alright, so first things first. Go.
Trip. I just saw that gif that you linked. The baby elephant. Helicopter! I feel like that's what every girl would do if they suddenly woke up and they were a dude. Just, woo! Helicopter!
Alright, so we are making an attack with spears. Sir, do the 2 attacks on Pete with advantage.
Please spear me.
That's a hit. Your hit. Damage has been noted. Take an attack on Bennett.
Okay, so I have myself at 14 HP, but I forget what I took damage from last time. Was it the centaur?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't think I healed from that, so.
no. You guys went from that directly into this, so.
Alright.
Does a 14 hit your AC?
Not AC is 15.
Okay. Are you wearing armor?
I am. Studded leather armor +1, the magic one.
Okay. Your armor has taken a damage.
That's fine, rather the armor than my flesh.
Just mark that somewhere.
Just like 1 damage.
Yeah, just like make like a little thing armor damage. Just put a 1 there.
Armor damage during no.
Or a check or whatever. However you want to write it down.
Okay.
Just so long as it's noted.
I didn't know if you had like a number attached to it. Quantified.
Let's see. At either one of them. So this much larger one in the back is going to bark out a command. One of the gnolls next to Pete is going to rage out and try to bite him. Hits. He is taking quite a bit of damage. he is just getting bombarded by these hyena-like humanoids who are just snarling and yipping and over again uttering a phrase. And I'm assuming none of you speak Knoll. Yeah, whatever it is they're saying like over and over again. Like, yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh no, it is not anything nearly that.
Oh god.
That's way too many syllables for these small-minded creatures. Not known for their intelligence.
Singing the Lion King
All right,
songs
and
is
I've got
always just a win away.
4 longbow attacks to make.
Away. A win. Away. A win. Away.
You get it, Ammo. You're supposed to say it once. It's less funny if you say it
It's
more.
in your head now.
Alright, so this first one is going to be on Woody. 21 hit.
Oh, yes.
5 damage to you, sir. This next one's on Bennett. Miss. Next one's on Bennett. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Let's see. 6 thing. Gonna be an extra die roll on the critical. Eight damage on that crit. Not terrible. Kinda had some shitty rolls there, so honestly might have done better with rolling 1d8. So that was very, very lucky. Very, very lucky rolls on those damage die. And last one is gonna be at Mr. Pete. Hit. Another 4 damage for Pete. Still up, but he's looking pretty beat up at this point. Not looking good.
Would you say that maybe he's looking a little beat up?
A bit. Alright, Dale. Your turn.
Move. Move.
Not Nox. Thank you for the $5 Hollis. Says $5. I'm assuming you meant to say bribe, but it says $5 bride to kill off Ammo's character Kappa. And that was not Nox, by the way. It could not have possibly have been Nox.
There's literally anyone but Nox.
Well, I could vouch for that because Nox is sitting right here next to me, and he doesn't have a computer in front of him. So she is sitting right here
She.
next to me. So doesn't have a computer. Couldn't have done it. Isn't that right? She said yes.
Yep, truth. So Dale, you moved back up to that other duder.
Yeah, huh? I'm gonna use a key. Fuck it.
Do it.
Fuck it. How do I do this again? Oh my god, I'm tired. Okay, I got this. And now I have advantage. Yes, he's in
Correct.
the spot. Okay.
Now you have advantage. That is a hit.
Okay, and then I punched it. Pleh. And I do this 2 more times. Pleh.
That is a miss.
Fuck. Pleh. Oh,
That is
fuck's
also a miss. Knuckles
sake. You
kind
gotta be
of
fucking kidding me.
Knuckles scrape against the hard hide armor that it's wearing.
I'm not used to the boobs. I'm like punching and they're kind of like getting in the way. I'm just like not
Throwing you off
compensating
balance a little
properly
bit,
for
yeah.
like
That is
giant
so
melons.
Center of gravity's all off.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ewok. Or I'm sorry, totally not Ewok. With the $2.24 tip says, Buckle may not be here, but Fetch lives on. As always, in all of our
I'm gonna
hearts.
knock him down too, by the way.
Who is?
I'm knocking him down. Deck save.
You did not hit with either of your flurry attacks. You have to hit in order for that to.
Oh, I
work.
can't even do it if I hit on my main one? Oh, well, that's
It's only on the one.
fucking-
It's only on attacks that you spend key points on, which would be the 2 additional
Gotcha.
flurry attack.
I thought. Okay. I say goodbye to Bennett, and I peace out.
Bye, Bennett. See ya.
No worry, I can take them all on myself.
All right, so that brings us to you, Bennett. Got this slavering beast of a humanoid in your face, just yeah.
How big is this thing compared to me?
About the same size.
Okay, excellent.
Like probably a bit shorter though, because they tend to like hunch over.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna, I think, whack this thing because I'm pretty sure I'm checking it's an action for my Chiantum's ointment. I don't wanna. Yep. Nope. I'm just gonna whack this thing. Pete, we'll be fine for another round.
Hopefully,
Hopefully. If
getting
not,
ganged up on.
You've got a cleric that's gonna go over there and heal him.
That is very true. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that one. Why not?
Cool.
Feeling inspired by my feminine guiles, you know? Or wiles, kind of. Oh,
Oh, what a waste of an inspiration.
you're my inspiration. Used. Alright.
Yeah, unfortunately, an 8 does not hit. Very casually dodges out of your quarterstaff strike range.
I accept that.
And gibbers and yips and delight. Yeah.
And, That's all I'm gonna do. Looking forward to eating this thing when I'm done.
I think he's looking forward to doing the same to you.
Well, it's. Yeah, we'll see
We
who
shall
gets
find
there
out who
first.
is the eater of whom.
I am the alpha male. Look at me.
Get an alpha
Not
male
even
kangaroo,
male.
those are basically MMA fighters. Alright, Woody, your turn, brother.
I am going to keep reloading for this round.
Okay, and because you got to jump on it next round, I will give your next attack advantage, as you will have that extra couple of seconds to line up your shot and aim. Sound good?
Nice. Sounds great.
Alright. Spruce.
Is it noticeable that this guy is more important?
Let's see. Roll an insight check. They all look the same to you, man.
I'm gonna magic missile this guy level 2.
Ooh, nice. Bring it. "12 damage heard. Very nice. And Seraphina?
I am going to head on over here and heal Peter. Pete, whatever.
Pete Bufford!
Pete.
Ha
Did you actually knock your headset off?
I did that last night when I sneezed, I think. Or was it on Monday? Or no, Tuesday. It was during Here's a Vendorborn.
That's the only thing I can say I don't like about my headset is that whenever I sneeze, it like goes forward a little bit. It doesn't completely fall off, but
Now mine like flies off my head because I sneeze like a dog.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Hey,
We're
6
still
is
level
6. That
Still
just
on
that
that.
just negated one of the hits he took, so it's something.
I like how she heals the
Thank you,
NPCs
miss!
more than
I
us.
mean, sir! I'm too confused right now by my own breasts!
He's changed too.
Oh yeah. All
Did
characters.
the nulls change?
No. Now, how would you know?
Oh, because they're hermaphrodites anyway.
Only when they're young. The things you learn from wildlife TV.
they had that on Wildlife TV about gnolls?
Well, hyenas.
Oh, hyenas.
I'm assuming there isn't that much difference between the humanoid or anthropomorphic form of a hyena and an actual hyena.
Your
Right.
world, man.
And who wants to roll for Pete? Let's have Joey roll for Pete. So just roll me a d20, and we'll see if he hits the knoll in front of him.
You got it, boss.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. He's too busy probably trying to parry these attacks. Be
Can I
able
use
to.
Pete's inspiration if he has it? Or does
No,
it-
NPCs don't get inspiration.
Okay.
They lack the required necessity of being played by an actual person besides myself.
That is fair.
All right. So let's start off attacking Bennett. Because why not? A 15 hit.
15 is my AC, so yes, it
Right.
does.
You are going to take 5 damage. Plunges his spear into you. With more slavering and yipping and yeah.
Bad boy.
Now I've got 2 advantage attacks on Pete.
Oh wait, oh no, I want to use my Hellish Rebuke.
Okay?
Okay. Sweet. I think first time I've ever gotten a chance to use that.
He fails.
All right. Here we go.
15 fire on that one, he's dead.
He's already pre-cooked for me and everything. And that is how you make a perfect hyena.
Yeah, just kind of crumples to the ground. Flame still flickering on his corpse.
I my turn. I can't use
Falls over dead. Alright, so now for 2 attacks on Mr. Pete. Oh, the 2d20 is here somewhere. Here we go. Oh. Oh, Pete getting lucky. Now we got some longbows to hand out. Right, it's the one that's been firing Woody is gonna keep firing at Woody. And miss. An attack on Bennett. And miss. Attack on Pete. And miss. This attack is going to Serafina. And miss. Getting very lucky this round. And... let's see. Okay. Last one is also going to take a longbow attack. At... I'll do choice of target. 1 will be Serafina, 2 will be Pete, 3 will be Bennett, and 4 will be Woody.
How fair.
Pete it is. Like I said, they're not that bright. If it was something a bit more intelligent, it might go for the obviously more wounded individuals, but... not, again, gnolls not necessarily known for their intelligence.
They're not known for their brightness.
Correct. Alright, so another miss. Guys are getting very, very lucky that round. Gnolls are having a hard time pulling it together after seeing one of their compatriots turn to barbecue. WTF, BBQ. Because that cannot possibly smell good. Which brings us back to Dale Swales.
That's me. I'm gonna loop around Serafina. Attack the null.
With
Perfect.
advantageousness.
With the thing, yeah. Okay.
That is a hit.
Boop. And I move back.
Okay. Deanna.
So yeah, all the ones in the back row here are all the ranges and stuff, right? Like, using bows?
Yes, the ones that are not currently in melee range are all armed with longbows.
Alright, then it's going up. So right there. And I'm going to attack the one diagonally to the right, top right.
Copy.
Okay.
Roger.
Pasta.
That is a miss.
Alright. I think that is going to be all I do for this turn.
Okay. Woody.
I am going to fire at this one right here.
Okay. Have advantage. As you had just that couple extra seconds to line up your shot.
Here we go, here we go. God damn it.
Boom! Unfortunately, not super familiar with using the musket just yet, and the bullet goes ricocheting through the trees. Pew!
As my bonus action, I'm going to stow it.
Okay. Stowing the musket herd. Spruce, what you got cooking?
I'm gonna magic missile level 1. This guy.
11 damage, he is dead.
Get some.
Just kind of crumples into a heap of broken bones from the impact of your force missiles. You took them apart at the joints, as they say.
Oh, and Spruce
I
goes,
don't
hee
know
hee
who says that.
XD.
Winky face! Alright. Serafina. The very
Hi.
dashing male Genasi.
I'm
Fetch as
going
fuck.
to Sacred Flame that one.
Not funny when Buckle's not here.
I'm with you on that, Emptiness. What up, dude? Good to see you.
Damn, my Mean Girls poster is somewhere else. Shit.
I'm gonna do
know what,
Sacred Flame on that one, so it's gotta make a dex save.
What if he doesn't feel like it?
Then he can just take the damage.
He passes.
Aw, god damn it.
Alright. I have to make some rolls to determine behavior. Tails?
I'm hoping my sassy confidence kind of throws these archers off guard.
Tail. Okay. So the first thing that happens, this knoll comes rushing over. So these two knolls right here, they kind of like forget all about attacking you guys, it seems, and just start ravenously digging into the corpse of their fallen ally, just devouring him, just tearing him apart, eating organs whole with their massive jaws that take up 90% of their head. Just devouring. Like, completely paying no attention to you guys at all. Just as soon as they see dead meat, they're going for it.
Well, okay then.
It's good to know.
Alright. This guy is gonna take a step back.
They must be hungry, hee hee XD.
That's not gonna work. Do the longbow attack. on Bennett.
Which one? It doesn't matter.
It would be this one. Matters a little bit.
What does that? They have disadvantage because they're at close range?
No, he's far enough away. It's only within 5 feet that you get disadvantage.
Okay.
So 5 damage there.
Cool.
Those two are both going to drop their bows and grab spears. That's definitely a hit.
Yep.
That hits an 18.
Points of damage?
No, just AC. They're attacking with advantage because they're flanking you.
Oh, my plan got backfired. It backfired on me hardcore. I didn't even think of that. Shit. Whatever.
Let me just make sure I have the.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get knocked unconscious from that first hit, most likely.
8 damage on the first one.
Yep, I am at -4.
Okay.
I faint very daintily, I add.
So yeah, again, not really bright. As you're falling, the other one's gonna hit you with his spear, so go ahead and click a failed death save.
Yep. Shouldn't have done that.
Stupidity sometimes has its own rewards for gnolls, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. That leaves me with one more gnoll.
And Bennett was pretty much expecting them all to attack him.
He's either gonna fire at Pete or Serafina. He really hasn't been paying it. Well, Woody's been making loud bangs, so yeah, I'll do a D4. 1 will be Serafina, 2 will be Pete, 3 will be Woody, and 4 will be Spruce. Pete again. Fucking arrow magnet, this guy. And that
Is
misses.
he really an orc barbarian?
Ooh, Pete? Where did you
Yeah.
get orc from? And where did you get barbarian from?
Because he's an arrow magnet.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Boo. Someone from the crowd shouts out.
Boo!
Boo, Wendy Testerberger, boo.
Alright. So that brings us
Did the joke.
to the top of the round with Dale. Dale of House Swales.
Ahoy, ahoy.
What are you eating?
That dude moved back, didn't he? What a fucker.
What?
That
Oh,
didn't sound like a food. I couldn't hear that.
go in and punch.
Oh.
Chips.
You're getting kind
People
of
were talking
robotic.
about food in chat. I couldn't help. Oh. Shut up.
What are you doing? Are you there, Scruffles?
What?
Can you hear us? Hello?
What are you
This one is
talking
like
about?
talking to like someone in a home.
It's like many
feel-
conversations I've
I feel
had
like
with my
Scruffles
grandma.
has like some weird delay happening or something. Oh, yep. You just lost her. Just lost Scarfles.
Okay, I see people again.
Okay, there she is.
I rolled and I did my damage.
There she goes.
Okay. Your damage has been noted. That was on this one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, Bennett, you are next. Go ahead and make your death saving. Oh no! As unfortunately, that one counts as 2 failed
Oh,
death
no.
saves.
It does.
And we now have a DI on the block. So, I don't believe. Have you used your given DI already?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have. I
so
remember you saved me with it one time.
my top tier of subscribers, my great old ones, have DI tokens that they may opt to use, or
Wait,
a person in
didn't you
chat may
recently get
spend.
level 4?
Nope, I'm level 3 still.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
So
mind.
it will cost 5,000 experience or a DI token from one of the great old ones. So we've got some time. We'll go through the rest of the order, and we'll see what chat has to say about your future in the game, sir. All right, Woody.
Oh no.
All right, I am going to draw my short swords and run in over here and swing at this guy. If I can. Hold that Eminem song. All right, I'm swinging. Do I have advantage?
Correct.
That one's a miss. And a 20.
The 20 hits. Nice. No, he hadn't taken damage yet. Okay. That was Woody. Spruce. And Joey, go ahead and roll a d4 for him.
D4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright,
Oh,
so you're only
magic
sitting
missile
out one
back.
round.
Alright.
You come back, be over there.
Alright. Stretch my legs.
I magic missile this guy.
Okay.
Level 1.
And your roll is 9 damage. Dead. Dies choking on the entrails of probably his brother.
Brother, cousin,
Yeah.
father.
Uncle brother. My daddy cousin.
Everything.
Yeah, the Knoll family tree is a bit knotted and warped. Seraphina. What you doing, dude?
I'm gonna try and heal Pete.
Okay.
Because I was gonna go help Bennett, but then bad things happened, and
And I disappeared, right? Like,
Oh yeah, you turned to dust and just kind of blew away on the breeze.
so I mean, you guys should probably all take disadvantage for being so sad that Bennett's dead.
there we go.
Nice. And that was on Pete, correct?
Yes.
Very good. He's looking very refreshed.
My goodness.
I'm the king of the world! Alright. So, Joey, since you're currently out, go ahead and roll for Pete. I'm gonna step
Alright.
forward and try and longsword this brute.
Just a D20?
Yep. I'll let you know if it hits or not. That does hit. So roll a d8 for me. Alright, damage noted.
Bennett's so cool he does damage from the dead.
And roll another d20, because this one's actually going to try and pull the carcass of his dead friend away and continue eating it. Oh yeah, that's a
Not
hit.
watch.
Another d8. Unfortunately, not enough. He starts dragging his companion away and continuing to just ravenously devour it. No utensils required, only face. Yep. Now, those who are not currently in the throes of violent hunger are gonna make some longbow attacks.
Imagine pretty enraged that their prey got away.
In fact,
Or
I'll just roll all these together. It's gonna be, first one will be on Seraphina, second one will be on Pete, and the third one will be on Woody. So those in order hit, or rather, I'll just say miss, hit. So Woody, unfortunately, was the last die. Three damage as another arrow sinks its way into your shoulder. And choice of targets. Let's see how smart this guy is. Not bad. He is going to go after Seraphina. And miss. That guy is out because he's eating his friend. So that was everyone. Alright. So Dale, it is your turn.
Hi. I'm gonna hit him in the face while he's eating.
Good call. You have advantage.
Well, that's just nifty. I hate him.
More
Dead.
damage noted.
Oh, okay, I move back then.
Alright. Bennett, this is your round out. Woody?
Woody is going to reach into his bag and pull out a great apple, kind of like, and take a big bite into it.
Okay.
I can't remember what the healing on that was.
Same as a potion of heal.
Okay.
So 2d4 plus 2. Very nice. Apple of Healing Herd. That brings us to Spruce.
Um,
The wizard with the gizzard. I don't know what that means. That doesn't make any sense. Disregard.
I'll move
Tired.
closer. And magic missile level 2 this guy.
The far right of the northern archers.
Yes.
Okay. $14 damage. I'm sorry, those are the best injured knoll noises I can make without getting myself kicked out of my apartment.
Or just no.
Ooh. Alright, and last but certainly not least, Seraphina, rounding out the turn order.
I'm going to hit that one.
With
Sacred Flame.
he sucks at those
Eat it.
and takes 7 damage and is now dead.
Ha!
Yeah, that target he should have been at disadvantage anyway. I'll roll again to see if he gets a 1. Nope. As the sacred flame comes down, striking him dead mid-chomp. And he makes gurgling noises. That very gross. He farts a little bit. Like that.
Your fart noise is better than your Knoll
When did
noise.
you become Walmart?
When does who do what now?
Become Walmart? The South Park episode where Walmart dies?
Spoilers. Oh.
Alright. That was the last of them. Pete is going to take a free action to tell the party, "We've got to take one of them alive! Don't kill them all!"
Okie dokie.
He is going to then take the dodge action. Try and regain some of his undead breath. Alright, so we got 3 longbow attacks. We'll do Pete, Woody, and Spruce in order. So those hit a 17, a 17, and a 13. So Pete gets missed, deflects off of his armor. Does a 17 hit you, Woody?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. 3 damage. And the last one. Let's see. See if we can hit Serafina this time. Oh no! He does the exact opposite.
He punches himself right in the face.
Well, he's shooting a
Starts
bow.
eating himself.
He shoots his foot.
Let's see.
Baby.
Falls and drops his bow. Leaned a bit too far on trying
Which one
to
dropped it?
trying to aim things. This one.
Ah, okay.
Dale of Swales. What you got?
I don't know. Maybe like, wait, hold on. No, fucking stop it. 35. Okay. For fuck's sakes, I need a new mouse. I think it keeps, like, letting go of my clicks. Anyway. I'm gonna hit him.
Try some compressed air first. I'd do the trick.
Okay.
15 is a hit.
Boop.
5.
And, boop. Is that 15?
Yes.
No, it's more back. Boop. There we go.
Alright, Bennett. You are back as though you have been fully rested. So you're back to full hit points, all spell slots returned,
Ah, it's like
etc.,
enhanced-
etc.
I think I asked this last time, but like, what does it feel like to me when that happens? Like, was I just unconscious for a second? Now I'm back. Like, what the hell? Or
Roll a d20. You remember ice cold water and blackness.
boom. Well, Bennett puts on a smiling face, even though he realized his.
Well, I mean,
breakfast
I'm
was
going
bad.
based off of your deity, so
I know.
I figured I'd let you flavor your own return.
Yeah. So I come out with a little bit of water on my skin. I don't know. Bennett's grumpy now. He's gonna walk up. Is there anybody? Oh yeah, there's still some nose up there. Well, shit. He's gonna charge into battle. He's frustrated. He's gonna run past everybody, say hello on the way, and get up to right. Leave. Yeah.
Chip's gonna be like, but it fucking stop it!
You know, I
Alright.
feel better than I ever felt before. I am
You're
fine.
gonna die again!
Shut
And,
up!
just don't forget to update your. There you go. And Woody.
Woody is going to again reach in his pack and pull out a piece of the jerky that Bennett made for him. He's gonna wiggle it, like in that the scene with Bill Cosby and Leonard Six or whatever. He's like,
Not familiar,
I'm
but
gonna-
okay.
and I'm gonna try and throw it over here to get this one's attention and let everyone know again. Let Bennett know that we need one of them alive.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check.
Going to use my inspiration for this.
Well, I would hold on to that. It's not a high DC to hit a
Okay.
target square. You hit it right on the nose. So
Alright.
maybe your throw was a little bit short, but then kind of rolled the rest of the way. Bounced along the
Rolling
ground.
jerky.
All right. Spruce.
Almost all out of spells. I'm gonna Ray of Frost that one.
Okay. That is a miss. Seraphina?
How far away? Okay, yeah. I hit that one. But I'm going to use Guiding Bolt.
Ping the one you're striking again, please.
The one with the blue dot.
Okay. The one who's been shooting at you. Makes sense.
Okay, here we go. No!
Mark your spell, madam, as your guiding bolt goes wide.
Damn it. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Alright. So, Joey, go ahead and roll a d20 for me for Pete. For Pete's sake!
Classic dwarven roll.
Up. Goes charging in with a bit too much gusto and overswings. So
Classic
now,
dwarven
that one
miss.
is going to drop his bow. Grab spear and attack Pete. And hit. Oh, for 7 damage. Pete not doing too hot this time, man. Other one is going to grab his longbow, stand up, and shoot at Seraphina. And miss. He'll see your 8 and raise it. 0. Alright, and I got 2 more. We're very confused about this reappearance of Bennett. And go right after him.
Yeah, I imagine my unibrow's twitching like mad right now.
Flailing, really?
I'm gonna make them unibrow down to me.
Oh no. Oh no, Joey. How many critical rolls can a man eat?
Bennett is not afraid.
Oh no! Let's see, this is spear, so piercing.
Not
Am I still a
good.
woman?
Not good.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say punctured your arm muscle, so you now have disadvantage on attack rolls. At least until you get yourself healed.
Melee attack rolls?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that wouldn't really affect spell attack. We'll keep that to just melee. So 9 damage on that critical hit. And the other Gnoll going to hit a 19.
That hits.
Yeah. 5 more damage. Alright, Dale.
That's me.
Actually, I'm sorry, Joey. Please hold. Rewind. I forgot that Ewok had thrown the jerky, so this one is going to go after that. So disregard that last 5 damage.
Alright.
Do over.
Oh, Bennett feels up and down and up and down. He's all over the
My
place.
bad. I'm
today.
sorry. I didn't mean to forget that you had done that, Ewok. I wasn't just like, fuck your jerky. No, that was good tactics.
No, it's fine.
Do notice-
I have all these knolls I gotta keep track of and health and stuff.
I
so
noticed
I'll
what the knoll's
forget
going
things.
for, though, right?
Oh yeah, it
Oh.
sees food and it's going right for it.
But do I notice it's jerky?
Yeah, I mean, you'd see it run
The
over,
jerky
pick it
that
up, and
prepared?
start gnawing into it, yeah.
Oh, that makes Bennett so happy. He's invincible now.
Alright, Dale, your turn.
I gotta go help Bennett. He's my buddy. I don't know Pete Piffle that well. I just breathe all over the mic.
My humidity level just increased 100%. Gross.
Don't need your help.
I need one of those like pop filters.
Need a coaster under your mic now. It's gonna be all dewy. All dewy decimals.
You nasty.
Oh,
Hey, I did
shit!
it.
Roll a d100.
Eh.
Oh, shit!
Ammo, can you get off of Scruffle's character, please?
Oh no.
That's bludgeoning.
She didn't roll 2 20s though.
Dead.
Oh.
Neck snapped.
Oh. So wait, did I just like walk up to him, grab him on either side of the head, and just do that like neck snap like real quick?
I don't know, Scruffles, you're the one who critical rolled. You tell me.
I do believe that's exactly what I go up and do. I'm like, but no, and then I just like walk up and just snap in the neck really quick, and I was like, oh, that was easy. Okay, I'll go get the other one. You stay here.
Alright. That was pretty brutal. Did you really have to break his neck like that? It was pretty badass.
Alright, Bennett,
It felt
your turn.
Bennett just saw his teammate save his life with a piece of jerky, and Dale save his life with the fists, and say he's a friend. Oh, he's on cloud 9 right now. But he's not gonna move. He's gonna catch Eldritch Blast on the one that's eating the jerky that ran away from him.
Okay. That it.
Okay.
10 damage noted. Nice.
That roll might be wrong. I don't remember if I add my bonus to spell attacks.
Only if you have the invocation that allows you to do so.
I will check and let you know. Make sure.
It's called Agonizing Blast. It lets you add your charisma modifier to Eldritch Blast damage.
I do not. That +5 should not be there. I have it filled out wrong. So it's only a.
Well, no, the plus 5 to hit is correct, and the damage is correct. You rolled a 10 on a d10.
We good. I was expecting to see it green. We good.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't show up as green. It should have, given the way Roll20 works, but who knows. Maybe it only does it on 20 rolls. No, that wouldn't make sense either.
Yeah, I don't have.
Fix
any
your
damage.
shit. Fix your shit, Roll20. No, I'm just kidding. But minor detail. Alright, Woody, you're up.
Let's see here. I am going to run up here, stow my weapons, and get into fisticuffs with it. Try and knock it out.
Okay.
So what would I roll for that? Just my strength?
Your proficiency modifier is still 2, correct?
For strength? Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a d20 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Alright.
Roll that D hundo. A lot of
This is where
20s
Woody
and 1s
dies.
in this combat.
Ah,
Okay.
Buckle's throwing it off, like throwing the
know.
feng shui off.
Make a dexterity save.
Chakras are unaligned.
Alright, you do not fall. You almost lost balance and fell over.
The leaves, it's slippery, you know.
Perfectly understandable. Spruce!
I continue to Ray of Frost. This one.
Okay. That is a hit. Damage has been noted. Seraphina?
I'm gonna keep going after that blue. Why wouldn't it ping? Ping! That one.
Bang, damn you!
I will hit him with the guiding bolt this time. I swears.
That is a hit.
Yes! Eat a wiener. 14, and he will take, or the next attack against him is at advantage.
Correct. Alright.
Take that!
Damage has been noted.
Eat.
Woody, you may take a free.
wiener.
On the one in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because he's
I'm
going to try
going
and
to-
run away with his delicious jerky treat.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use inspiration and try and knock this dude out.
Alright. What a fun start. Good to see you.
Alright, come on, come on.
So that would be what? 13?
13. Yeah.
That is a hit.
So what's the damage on that?
D2 plus whatever your strength is. You're not as proficient in fisticuffs as Dale, so. Alright. Damage is noted. You kind of donkey punched him as he ran away, but he's still very much involved in scarfing down that jerky. He kind of just moved just far enough away from you to start eating again, and then just gnarling into it. Now what to do here? Oop. So, I'm gonna make a longbow attack on Seraphina. And miss. This guy's gonna make a spear attack on Mr. Pete. And that is a miss. So we are back to Dale. Have a good night, Cookie.
Yeah. I guess I will help Woody out? What's this dude doing? He's shooting at Woody? Or was he the one that dropped his bow?
He's eating
No,
jerky.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that one's
eating.
just eating jerky?
I'm trying
Oh,
to
okay.
knock him
Make
out,
sure he
not murder
finishes
him.
his meal. Go!
Oh, I thought he was done. Okay. Wait, what did you say, Bennett?
I said make sure he finishes his meal.
I don't know what that means. Does that mean leave him alone so he can eat?
Well, force him. Yeah, that's a dumb thing for Bennett to say, but he says it, and he stands by it.
Okay. Well, he's distracted for now. Dale's actually gonna go help Piffle out.
Alright.
Boop him.
You may attack advantageously.
Oh, joy.
7 damage
Done.
heard. And Bennett.
Alright, so I was instructed to keep one of them alive. Can I make a quick spot check to see which one of these two looks the most damaged?
I did shout
It's
out.
easily the one in front of Pete. You don't
Yeah,
even
Woody
need
shouted.
I shouted out that we need one of them alive.
Alright, well then I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna try and feed him a potion of sleeping at one of the drops. kind of throw it in his throat, force it in his throat. A vial?
Make an athletics check.
Go to sleep.
This is just one of these doogers. These deuterinos.
Come on.
Nope, unfortunately you're not able to get a hold of them.
All right, now is my action.
Yep.
Well, then, as my bonus action, I'm just going to say I am sorry. Look nervous, and that's all I can do. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Next is Woody.
Well, I'm sorry. Quick question. My bad. Do I mark off one of my drops used, or was I not able to get?
Nope,
that
you
close?
weren't able to even grab a hold of them, let alone get the vial anywhere in your mouth.
Alright, I'm going to realize that fisticuffs is not going to work. So I'm going to take out the rope and try and tackle them and tie them up.
All right, make an athletics check. Nope. He is way too into that jerky. So just move your character adjacent to his. Go. Yeah, that would be your action for the round, would be attempt to grapple. So you still have a bonus action if you have one that you would like to use.
No, I'm good.
Alright, that brings us to Spruce Wayne.
Ray of Frost in the eye.
Noted. Hit. Dead. And Serafina? I'm sorry, what was that, Trip?
Get some.
I'm gonna hit that one.
With?
I don't want to use all my spells, but this guy keeps shooting at me, so guiding bolt again.
You have advantage from your last guiding bolt.
Sweet.
Hit.
Yeah. Woo.
Damage has been noted. And of course, the effect carries over. Next attack made against him at advantage. Wreathed in divine energy, guiding your attacks.
Okay.
Right. Woody, you may make a free.
I'm going to attempt to grapple him again.
It's only, you can only, like, try and punch or kick. Can't grapple as a reaction.
I'm going to try and bonk him on the back of the head then, with both fists.
Alright. $11 is a miss. And this one throws down his spear and raises his hands. And yips something at you that you don't understand.
I use my last spell to comprehend language.
Jeez. But stop! Coming through with the $10 holla. Thank you very much. Says Thoglor's Choice Award. Winky face. Thank you very much for that $10 holla. Let's get some love up in chat for the donations this evening from Von Stott and Nox and Ewok and all of you beautiful people. Thank you very, very much for your kindness. I really appreciate it. It helps me more than you know. Awesome. We are dangerously close to another spin of the wheel. Dangerously close.
Two in the same fight. Oh, thanks, Satan. That's all right.
Yeah, most of my alerts are set to make me jump. I figure scaring the crap out of me is the least reward I can give you guys for helping me out. So, kind of a running theme of the channel of who's gonna give Thog a heart attack first. All right. So that was their actions. The one up top still very much involved in eating that jerky, and the one who you could probably have reasoned by now is stronger and thus the leader of the group, has thrown down his weapons and raised his hands in surrender. So Dale, what are you doing?
Well, if this dude's like raising his hands, then I guess I'm grabbing some rope out of my pack and then like going up behind him and like grabbing his hands behind his back and like tying his hands behind his back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tying him up,
that.
heard. Bennett?
What weapons did he drop? Because Bennett's interested in a bow.
Longbow and a spear.
Okay. It doesn't seem like Dale needs any help, so I shout out, do we need more than one alive? Can I kill the one that's eating the jerky?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, then I'm just gonna wobble on over to here and Eldritch Blast
Alright.
the jerk.
The jerky
I'm
jerk.
just gonna look at Bennett like, really? Really?
Yeah.
22 is a hit.
Alright.
For one. He kind of glares at you annoyed as he's trying to eat all he wants is to eat that goddamn jerky.
Ow.
He's getting punched
Don't
and
worry,
blasted.
I am pulling my punches for you so you can have your moment.
Alright, Woody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it and notice that the big guy put his weapons down. Just be like, oh, fuck it. And just walk over here.
Alright. Bruce?
And I got. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I got nothing else.
Alright, Spruce.
I move over and comprehend language. Last spell.
Okay. He's not currently saying anything, but I'll let you know when he does.
Oh, I thought you were he was saying something.
Not currently,
Oh.
but I'll let you know when he does. Alright, and Serafina?
I will walk over, but stay kind of near back. I don't trust me. I'm not going anywhere near them.
You doing?
What?
Who are you talking to?
Serafina.
Oh, I said, did I
Fucking
not?
damn it.
Did nobody hear me? Did I said I was
I didn't
moving?
hear
I heard you. That's why I was like,
I heard.
Ariel with a $5 holla says, Ganache on the Gnostic Gnolls before they can gnaw on innocent gnomes.
And that's a wrap. We'll call it no more no puns.
If the null puns are full. They're
No
currently
more
at
puns.
capacity.
Last-
Well done, Variel. Well done.
I promise I will make another one in respect for you.
So Serafina, what do you got?
I guess you didn't hear me. I said I moved up, but I'm staying towards back because I don't want to be anywhere near these things.
Okay. Alright, so the one up top is gonna finish eating his jerky and bounce out of there. He's gone. running and yipping off into the distance. Trip, give me a perception check. You pick out one word that he's kind of obsessively saying over and over, which is danger. Danger, danger, danger! As he runs away.
Saying danger. We're probably gonna get more of them.
Oh, jeez. Ariel, with a 420 donation, says, "Gno more gnol puns? GNU!" Thank you again, Variel. Let's get some love up in chat for the lovely Variel, please. Always been a big time supporter of the stream. And we now have another spin of the wheel, but I'm gonna hold that until we are a bit in actual combat, because combat at this point has ended. Let me go ahead and close the turn order. Music.
So, are there harvestable hyena / no bits?
Roll.
Not for like selling loot, but for cooking?
Roll an intelligence check.
Alright. Is it to determine what's edible?
Yep.
Could I get advantage on that because of my cooking love?
Nope, just straight roll because you've never encountered gnolls.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're not really sure. If anything, you're pretty sure you're the only one in the party that would even consider eating that.
Yeah.
It's
we'll
very
hang out and walk up.
stringy and sinewy and just gamey, disgusting, awful meat. Again, these are very thin specimens of gnolls and really don't have a whole lot to them except bone and gristle and sinew.
Well, I'll carve out a Bennett-sized portion, just for myself to try. Bennett
Okay.
has to try new things. Just for himself, though. He knows that the party wouldn't want to try this. At least not until it's Bennett approved.
So you see the gnoll that you have tied up is watching you do this, and he says, "Yes, yes, meat, meat, yes."
It seems that the gnoll would like some of that meat. Hee XD.
Hungry,
Well,
meat,
could
meat,
we,
meat, meat,
get some
meat, yeah,
information
meat,
out of
meat,
him first before I give any of my precious, delicious meat away.
Want the meat?
Yeah, he'd really like some.
Well, I mean, can he help us at all? I mean, why did we...
Why is he Beavis?
Hungry.
What?
Meat.
Maybe he'll help us if we feed him?
There's more than one dead body around, right?
Yeah, there's several.
Yeah, so I'll just kick one of the other dead bodies towards him.
Oh, he just starts ravenously chowing into it. Going for the soft bits
I pull him
first,
back
as
up.
hyenas are off to do.
I don't let him die for it. I like hold him back up.
Make a strength check.
Ugh. Boo. Boo. Bam.
You are not able to hold him. He pulls free of your
the
grip
fuck
and
was
just
that?
dives
What
face
is
first
that?
into it.
What is that? What is that?
It's advantage,
Why did he get advantage?
because he's a starving creature with food in front of him.
I hate this kid.
And he's just going right for the organs and the soft bits.
Yeah, I say, don't prevent him from eating. Everybody has to eat. It is a basic person right.
It's not a person.
Basic humanoid right. All living
I just-
things, good or evil, deserve to eat.
I just looked at Pete and I'm like, why do we need one of these things alive?
Good question.
Well, we've got to know where the Crimson Blade is, otherwise we're just gonna be wandering around. You don't know much about gnolls, do you?
I've never come across one now.
Alright, now pay attention. Lesson number 1. They're nomadic, alright? They don't build structures, they don't stick around one place for too long. So trying to track them down to kind of whatever central hub or town other humanoids might have, they just don't exist. They kind of wander around and eat and eat and eat and eat and fucking eat. Alright, are you ready for more information on gnolls? I can give you all the information you need.
Yeah, I got that first bit.
Alright, Secondly, I believe there must be a Fang of Yanogu present.
What the fuck is that?
A chosen of one of their god, who's really more of a demon. All gnolls are his
Gotcha.
progeny. They say that when Yanogu first came to the material plane, all the corpses he left in his wake were scavenged by hyenas, and those hyenas were magically twisted into the gnolls they are today. Accent fail, throat dry,
Well, Pete,
catastrophic failure.
don't wear yourself out, man. Please, don't choke. You have given us so much.
Oh
already.
my god.
A breather.
Oh, that was horrible. You guys ever get like super dry throat out of nowhere and it feels like you're choking to death? I'm all
Not
weeping like a
Yeah.
fucking bitch with a skin knee. Woo! Sorry about that, guys. Break for water, please.
We should actually take a break. We're like past the halfway point.
Yeah, we'll do that after this little information exchange. So, a Fang of Yanogu is a special gnoll that's been chosen by the Demon Prince, and has the same ability to turn hyenas into gnolls, via the scavenging of the corpses they leave behind. That's the only explanation I can come up with for why there's thousands of them now, when there were dozens last I knew.
How long ago was that?
A couple 100 years.
Well,
Alright, and thirdly, they're likely led by some type of king character. Someone who's the strongest and biggest amongst them. He's always the meanest as well. He might refer to himself as a king, a warlord. He really has none of these titles, but
I
they
walk
are
adjacent
kind of
to-
stupid.
I want to walk up adjacent to this gnoll that's eaten and just say "King?" questioningly, like a questioning way, like "King? Does that King? King? King?"
He ignores you.
Okay, well, that's fine.
He's busy eating.
Then it's used to getting ignored. It's cool.
Alright.
We'll
So
keep
what are
doing
the
it until
what are
he's
the
done
rest of
eating
you
them.
guys doing?
Waiting
just
for the
waiting
gnoll to
for
finish eating and
finish.
talk.
Yeah.
What up, Jacob? And thank you for that host, by the way. I kind of lost track of that amidst all the mayhem of my throat trying to kill me. My neck trying to choke itself to death. I'm a great DM, I choke on my own neck. You know, these things happen.
Yeah,
So anyway,
they call it DM neck. It's
yeah, it happens with too much voice acting.
yeah. When you're professionals, you know it's a trick. It just happens. You know, it's part of the job.
So, the gnoll finally kind of takes his head up and lets out a loud belch and just, ugh, meat.
Me.
I'll give him whatever dead bodies are around, besides the one I flayed.
Yeah, he like his stomach is like swollen because he's just gorged himself. So he seems okay for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even my spit stat. It was like my throat got super fucking dry out of nowhere. I just like couldn't fucking breathe. My throat, neck went into spasms. It was awful. I could have died. Luckily, I had some water here. Good old H20.
Anyway. Are you done?
Meat.
I slap him across the face. You've had enough meat. Don't be greedy.
He snarls at you and says, hungry. More
Go
hungry.
by this tree and take a leak.
No food. No food here.
I say we'll let you eat more once you answer our questions.
Meat. I'm assuming Trip is translating all this for you.
Yes. Hee XD.
Does he like keep eating if we kick food over to him, even though he's obviously gorged himself?
He's kind of like looking at it, like gauging it. He's not going after it right now, but he might. It's
So
hard
you
for you
didn't
to
say
gauge.
anything except for meat after I was like, answer our questions and then we'll give you meat.
I say, wait, maybe he doesn't mean meat as in the food. Maybe he means
No,
meat
he
as
said
in eating.
hungry, no food here.
Oh. Never mind.
And here in the
Uh,
sense of here, this area, not here, this exact location.
Where is your leader?
King. Yes, King. King.
Yes.
Can you take us to him?
King sends us for meat.
We'll take
Bring
us
meat back
to
to King.
Where me?
Choice meat for this one.
Take us to your leader.
Yes, yes, I bring.
Well, does somebody want to help me escort our friend here?
Well, I've got him tied up and maybe just I kind of have him like on a leash.
He doesn't look to be struggling against your restraints at all. If anything, he seems a lot more calm and docile now that he's eaten.
I probably still just have like the rope kind of like a leash tied around his hands behind him.
I would feel more comfortable if at least 2 people were to hold on to him. Or keep an eye on him. As
Like
he
look
leads
at
us
Bennett and
towards
I
the-
flex and I'm like, I got this, buddy.
Yeah, Pete'll help you with that.
Okay.
I got it. I got it, man.
Alright, I'm sorry. It's been a very confusing day for me.
All right, so if it's okay with you guys, we will take our break there.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey concocted an extra special treat for you guys, so we now actually have an audio readout of Garrett's backstory. So that will accompany the scrolling text. I don't know how well it's going to match up. Not really sure if there's anything I can do about that, but this way you can either read it or you can listen to it. You know, maybe you want to crank up the volume and go take a poop on the break. I'm not going to judge you.
That and
Everybody
I rewrote
poops.
the script slightly to make it flow better in like a narrative capacity. So
Right. So there might be subtle changes between the text and the audio, but very, very cool stuff. So thank you, Joey, for doing that. We are
I'm
going to
curious to
take
see what
our
everyone thinks
break
of it.
and let that play, and we will be back in about 5 minutes, so please don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Despite the heavily padded carpet, Garrett Reeves's hefty footfalls thundered through the corridors of his Paladin Order. He had been summoned to the inner study of the Commander General Dromostask before, but this time felt different. The young sage who came to deliver the news arrived flustered and out of breath, showing glaring signs of distress. The sudden sense of urgency left Reeves with a gut feeling that this was not going to be a meeting he enjoyed, as he made his way down quickly towards the Commander General's inner study. This deep into the sanctum, there were no windows, and the meager light cast by only a few dimly lit torches was faltering at best. Most of the torches that once illuminated these corridors are now, after many years, left unburning. When he finally reached the door, Reeves paused for a moment before knocking, allowing for a few precious moments to compose himself. Looking down at his armor reminded Garrett that he had been in the training yard all day, and with how briskly he was summoned, meant his appearance was far less than favorable. However, with his helm tucked under his arm, Garrett Reeves steeled himself for the inevitable. Before he was even fully able to raise his arm, the knowing voice of the Commander General shouted out.
Enter.
Garrett lifted the heavy handle and shouldered the door open, immediately feeling the heat of his room. Even during the hottest days of the season, General Dromos perpetually kept a fire roaring in his small study. It was like being inside a furnace. yet he was rarely seen sweating. The younger acolytes assumed their commander kept a minor orison of some sort upon himself to avoid feeling the heat, so that he could use it as a way to test their resolve, but Garrett had feelings otherwise. Now, in his youth, Dromo Stask was a bear of a man. Originally from Tarami on the southern shore of the Inner Sea, Dromo stood far taller and more muscular than most men. It was said that no fighter had ever been his match, so when the Commander General donned his armor and stood in the training field bellowing orders, nobody ever dared question the validity of his claims. But here, in his inner study, bearing only simple clothes and outlined by the flickering light of the fire, Garrett could see that the man's frame had bent to age. Reeves closed the door behind him and snapped to attention in parade salute.
Take your ease, Reeves.
Sir, you called for me?
Tell me, Acolyte, have you ever questioned your commitment to joining the Knights of the Merciful Sword?
Of course not, sir.
The general regarded him for a moment, as if he was mulling over his answer, allowing Garrett to study the lines of the elder paladin's face, looking for clues as to his summons.
Sir, if I may inquire as to what...
I've received several missives today, Reeves. 2 from the Lord's Alliance and 1 from your father. I hardly received 2 letters from the Lord's Alliance in a year, let alone a day. So you can understand why this might concern me.
At the mention of his father, panic overtook Garrett. Cold sweat trickled under the leathers he wore beneath his chainmail, causing him to shiver regardless of the sweltering heat.
Stop biting your lip, Reeves. It's unbecoming of a knight.
Garrett stilled his face quickly, returning his attention to the general as he looked up from the letters on his desk.
It seems that the Lord's Alliance is seeking assistance with a group of missing priestesses. Of Ilmater, if you'd believe it. They were dispatched to Karatur, but they haven't sent a report in some time. I don't know why they don't send their own paladins after the priestesses, or even why the Lord's Alliance is involved in this mess. But given the political climate, regardless, you've been asked for specifically. It seems that noble birth of yours continues to pay off.
Dromos extended 2 of the letters to Garrett, one from the Lord's Alliance, open, and the one from his father, still sealed. He opened up the letter from the Council of Lords, which was written on rich paper with elegant, flowing handwriting, and began reading.
Commander Stask, in regards to our earlier message, we require that the acolyte Garrett Reeves be dispatched to retrieve the priestesses. Enclosed are their descriptions and last known whereabouts.
After quickly reading through the first letter, Garrett glanced up to the general, who shrugged, gesturing towards the other message.
I suspect that letter from your father may hold more answers for you. You don't have to tell me what it says, but I do suggest you read it here, in case there is pertinent information you need to share.
Nodding in agreement, Garrett nervously tore through the wax seal, opening up a cheap piece of parchment containing the familiar, thick, spidery handwriting of his father, Lackman Reeves.
Garrett, you'll soon be receiving a mission directly from the Lord's Alliance. Do not question it. Accept it and carry out your duty.
Garrett already didn't expect any fondness in the letter, but even just seeing the signature of his father still stung.
Some new information. I suspected that your father was involved in the order, but now we have confirmation. The first letter contained details for your departure, and since a courier took the leisurely route, you have scant an hour to pack and get to the harbor. So, cadet, unless you have any questions, you are to begin packing immediately.
No questions, sir. If I may, though, with your permission, I would like to briefly stop by the armory before heading out.
In agreement, the elder paladin nodded, accepting Garrett's request as he waved his hand in dismissal. Reeves turned on his heel and strode with purpose from the room, intent on quickly gathering fresh supplies from the kitchen and retrieving his warhammer from the smithy. As he rounded the corner at the end of the corridor, Garrett heard the aging voice of the Commander General bellow out once more,
"And stop biting that goddamned lip!"
And so begins the journey of Garrett Reeves, Paladin of Tyr.
Alright, guys in chat. So, what did you think of Joey's rendition of Garrett's backstory? Personally, I think he did an amazing job. Sound effects really sell it. No, I'm just waiting for everybody to get back, DP. So how's everybody in chat doing? What are you guys up to tonight? Everybody having a lovely Thursday evening, I hope? Yeah, we'll get more of these like slides and accompanying sound files done as we're able to do them. It's going to be kind of like a work in progress over the next weeks and months, but we'll get it done for all the different characters. Oh, nice. Well, once we get them all done for one campaign, we might be able to start working on them for different campaigns. We'll see what happens, DP. It's definitely a possibility for the future. Alright, so we are just about ready. Let's get everybody unmuted. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, no, I like Shadzer's idea of, I mean, if I do more of these, have an actual player voice the character if they want to. Like I said, Bucko was, I think, expecting me to just do all the voices, but had this idea. I was like, huh, my family doesn't understand what I do. My friends really like to
Get
do
them
this
involved.
shit.
Put them to work.
Yeah.
Like it.
And they're actually way more into it and receptive to it than I thought they were. Like, that's not something typically my dad would ever do, so I didn't know what he'd say, but he was excited. But all the credits, if you guys want to know like who was involved and links and stuff, I'll link you guys the SoundCloud credits are all in there. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. Let me know if you have any criticisms.
It was really good.
Cool. Yeah. Any criticisms, or if any of you want me to do one for you guys here in the group? God damn it. SoundCloud, you suck.
I feel like my bio will be. You're not going to expect it.
What was that?
You're not gonna expect it.
Scorn said, I want to see Joey play Rod in a campaign. Yeah.
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't want to play Rod in a campaign. He'd be boring.
Yeah, he'd be...
To give Rod depth? No.
Yeah, no, he's just kind of a good NPC to pepper in. I'm glad we saved him, though. Glad we saved Rod.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So before we took our break, the players had encountered a war band of Gnoll. Well, actually, like a war pack, I guess I would rather call it. War band seems like a much bigger grouping. So we'll say a war pack of Gnolls who were very thin and mangy and just really malnourished looking. And a lot of them broke off their attack just so that they could devour their fallen comrades. They appear to be starving, basically. So what little information they were able to garner is that there is, in fact, a Gnoll who has set himself up in some sense of kingship or lording over the other Gnolls, probably just bigger, stronger, and meaner than the others. That's usually how Gnoll society works itself out. And, yeah. That's about all the information that they've been able to get from their captive, who is definitely the most important Knoll in this little grouping. Got slightly better equipment. He's a little bit bigger and tiny bit healthier looking than the others, but still, very, very, very lean. You're able to see kind of like the jutting of his rib cage underneath his mangy skin.
All right. Oh, where is it leading us?
Yeah, so this is the part where I figured I would give you guys time to figure out exactly how you want to approach this. Because if there is a king, it's likely that's where the bulk of the other thousands of gnolls are. So they're probably not going to let you just walk up with one of their brother cousins captive. And this was just a small
Mission go.
just a small chunk of their forces. You're pretty sure that whatever is by the king or even the king himself would probably make short work of your group.
What if we have this guy set up an audience with their king, and we can promise them all the meat of Jaga's empire, and use the Gnoll Empire to defeat Jaga's empire?
Yeah, no, that is actually what I was going to suggest. They are hungry. They will. I think that would be a good idea. Why do they serve this king?
Everybody
what is their reason
make
for following him?
everybody
Is it
make a
fear?
nature roll, please.
Okay.
You say Woody or everybody?
Everybody,
Everybody.
all the people.
Oh, look at me go.
Okay. So Dale, you are very aware of a gnoll's thirst for blood. No, and I'm reading this directly from the monster manual. That your roll was that good. No goodness or compassion resides in the heart of a gnoll. Like a demon, it lacks anything resembling a conscience and can't be taught or coerced to put aside its destructive tendencies. The gnoll's frenzied bloodlust makes them an enemy to all, and when they lack a common foe, they fight among themselves. Even the most savage orcs avoid allying with gnolls.
Okay. I imagine Dale says exactly those words, just like all of a sudden starts speaking all proper, like from a textbook, and you guys are just looking at me like,
Pupils dilate.
Taking notes and stuff. Yeah.
I like just
Okay.
clear my throat. I'm like,
That was
Knowles are blah,
impressive.
blah, 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 blah.
So then we need to somehow do it without them knowing we're pushing them
has
that
to-
way.
That has to be pretty easy. They are very dumb.
Yes, like I said, not known nearly so much for their intelligence as their wanton savagery. They're just nomadic pillagers. They move from place to place, just eating and destroying everything in their path. A lot like locusts.
And I would imagine that there would be many who would want to take the position of king. We can use that as a bargaining chip. Say we can help them overthrow the king and they will be the new ruler.
Or we could just puppet master behind the scenes, kind of make their way towards Jaga's front door.
Yeah, that sounds like an amazing plan. I am ready to just walk straight through the front doors. I think I can take them. Or they'll let us in.
One way or another, the Knolls are gonna go away, or Jaga's gonna go away, and we're pretty much good.
So this is like a win-win?
I don't think we can control the Knolls. It's like
Well, they don't
watching
have to know that. We
two
cannot-
like insane people working out a plan together.
We don't need to control the gnolls. We don't control them with words and intellect. We control them with instinct.
Also, maybe we should, find Garrett. Are we supposed to ignore the fact that he filled that hole?
Play it
Don't
as you
think
see
about it.
fit.
We just get a giant trail of meat from the Knolls to Jaga's palace.
I pass off the leash to Woody because I just remembered that Garrett fell down a fucking hole and I run over the hole and I'm like yelling down like Garrett.
You receive no reply, but roll a perception check.
Actually, Modenkainen's portable hole.
What you see beneath you is mere blackness, as though it were a void. The only thing that you do notice is the occasional wisp of arcane energy, which resembles closely a shooting star, kind of flickers across your field of vision looking down this pit into what looks like nothing.
The fuck? Can I call Spruce over? I'm like, Spruce,
No,
this
I
is
already
weird.
already have no idea what that is.
Man, I'll walk over and take a look
Did
down it.
you
It's like,
never looked
rolled a 1
down the
on it.
hole? Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Bennett, you can roll an Arcana check.
all right.
I was distracted by the nose.
You helped me earlier in the fight there, and I will help you now. I can see very far. Let me squint real
Thanks,
hard.
buddy.
Rub my glasses off.
Yeah, you're not able to make heads or tails of this
My
hole that
glasses
just
broke.
kind of materialized
Where's-
out of nowhere.
Wow. So, I just like looking around like, we're just supposed to keep going?
Hey, I mean, what if one of us died in the battlefield? Would you want your friends to just stay around and sit with them until they decay into the ground? If he is dead, he is dead. If he is not, he will come back.
I kind of just look at him like, oh my god, you're just
And
gonna
I am very sad. We should have a moment of silence tonight for him.
I'm like, Pete, what the fuck is this? Is this normal in these lands?
Never seen anything like it. What do you reckon it is?
I have no idea. It's a hole with shooting stars in it.
Well, there is a whole lot of things that could be, huh?
Right. Well, no use crying over spilled paladins. We've got to get the Crimson Blade and get the hell out of here. Every moment that we
guess.
spend in this place, tarrying, is just a moment that Jaga's forces are growing stronger.
Well, not for long. We will pit the nose against Jaga.
At least we've got the element of surprise. I mean, he won't know that we're coming.
Well, no, I would like to say
Except the guy got away.
yes, one of them got away.
Why are you hemping?
Because I'm about to shoot a arrow at Pete for that pun.
All right.
Shit, just got
So
it.
how are we gonna do this? We've got one of them
I'm
captive,
still confused.
but I find it unlikely that they value his life at all.
Either way, I say we ignore it. It is backburnered for now, huh?
So the Crimson Blade would be in the camp? That's the theory?
Well, whoever the strongest Knoll is, which is likely this king character.
Oh, hey, I can turn myself into a knoll for an hour.
I think that we should try and find a source of a lot of meat. We don't have enough to lure out the forces that we want.
What if we just wait until nightfall, sneak into the camp, get the Crimson Blade?
I like that one. The balls on you are very respectable.
Well, I mean, they're gone right now when I look down. Are we still
Mhm.
altered? Okay.
So yeah, Wood is used to this.
Oh, yeah!
But he
I
has
feel
lots of
pretty
practice.
Answer.
random.
Bennett,
Feels
this
more
is just
buoyant.
a part of growing up.
Okay, so that's your plan to sneak up during nighttime?
Didn't know that is one of our plans. Huh? It's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, you guys take your time deciding how you want to do this, because this is one of the more sandboxy elements to the game.
I suggest to the group that we need to find where we can get an excess of meat. If we want to coax them out, we need that. If we want to sneak in, we need to plan that.
How far is the camp? That they're the Knowles camp?
Who are you asking me?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I do, but
I'm gonna look at Spruce. Ask him how far the camp is.
What's your name? That's the hyena. No guy thing.
Bracken.
Bracket?
Bracken.
Bracket?
Bracken.
Bracket?
I use
Bracken.
you to hang up things on my wall. That is interesting.
King
Bracken.
strong, king kill all.
Where are they?
He noses toward the north. Not far.
Do you know of a crimson blade?
Red blade. King's blade.
I see where this is going. We gotta kill the king. What's his weakness?
No weakness. King strong. King kill all.
Look, you're not trying to impress people who want to follow your king. I know your king has weaknesses. You just don't want to say them out of fear of disrespecting your king. You will tell us now one way that we can attack him when he is vulnerable. Repeat that.
Would you like to be king?
Bracken king?
You king?
Bracken help us get red blade. We make you king.
King strong, king kill all.
We
But
still.
all kill king.
King Bracken is good.
All are better.
I have a feeling this guy is too stupid for him to really help us and be reliable.
I like to
Beyond
imagine
a
that
source of
Bracken.
mild information.
That's what I told you.
I am starting to see through his devilish gaze.
I just imagine Bracken now having the song stuck in his head. I just can't wait to be king.
Maybe.
One thing I have learned growing up is you cannot count on anyone other than yourself and those you trust completely. I don't trust him. He's unreliable, but we need to rely on ourselves. I think he's becoming more and more useless and will be a weight over time. But for now, information, sure. But we can't use him. He is an idiot, a blabbering fool.
It'd probably be bad to leave him leaderless, though.
I mean, once he becomes useless to us, I mean, do we just kill him? I would feed him to another node.
Right. But the main
Maybe
thing we've
mind
got to
control
consider
things?
here is thousands of gnolls. How are we gonna
I'm
get
going to
past
have to ask the people
thousands
to
of
calm down
gnolls?
while we form a plan, Pete.
We can wear those gnoll skins.
Disguises.
They're not zombies.
It'll
But
still
they're
throw
stupid.
off the scent.
That is true. For later, when we do our plan involving us and not the dumb gnome.
We're
We use his
certainly
body.
welcome to try.
That is a great
What
plan.
if
I'm just saying.
we become king of the gnolls?
Are you asking the gnoll?
Yes, like what if one of us defeats the king? Do we then become king?
Elf stupid, only gnoll king.
He just called you stupid.
At least I'm not a stupid gnome.
He's just biting his shoulder, probably chasing a flea.
Better not give me fleas in my unibrow. I would be very upset.
He sits down.
Huh. I wanna.
What would happen if we did kill the king?
King Bracken.
Yeah.
No, he's saying he would be king. But you have to consider the source.
Alright, so you kill the king, you become the king. That is standard kingly procedure, I'm pretty sure. I've read in books.
Strong
There
gnoll
must
is
always
king.
be a gnoll king.
King is strongest, biggest, meanest. Gets most meat. Bracken want to be king.
Can we like roid this guy up? Can we have like a training montage?
I kind of wanted to start trying teaching him dog commands. Like I saw him sit. I kind of want to just be like this point down, like tap my hand and say lay down, with like a piece of jerky in my hand, and I want to start trying to train him like a dog.
Meat, meat, meat. He tries to get to the
Do
jerky.
you want this? Do you want this? Lay down, lay down. And I kind of like push him, you know, like you'd be training a dog. Lay
No,
down.
he's just like snapping at it, trying to get it.
No, 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 bad dog, bad. And I put it back in my pocket. No.
Meat, give meat. Bracken
Tell him to
hungry.
lay down and he gets the meat. Bruce.
Human has good meat.
If you lay down, you get the meat.
Lay down. Lay down.
He sits and then kind of like on one elbow, sort of laying down.
I'll give a treat for that. Sure. It's a piece of jerky for that. It's a
Scarfs
good
it
boy.
down.
Good boy. Can I get an animal handling check?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're not really sure if the training took or not, but you've established that listening to commands will result in the reward of food, so
Yeah, it's more of a, you know, I'm not expecting to train a dog one single treat, but working
and
towards
again, not a typical dog.
it. And then it's, you know, having fun with our captive.
So yeah, this is the part where you guys establish a plan, and then depending on what that plan is, I'll let you guys know what to do.
All right. So we either can sneak in to the nose place, which is risky, but I like the chutzpah behind it, or we can lead them towards Zaga. I think, as far as I see it, those are our two only plans.
I'm with I say sneak in. 'Cause come on, look at me. Look at me.
But I mean, just a pack of a few.
I'm just like look at him. I'm like I'm looking, staring right at his boobs.
I asked Bracken, do you have like rules of engagement or something like that? Like, if someone's like, I demand combat with the king, everyone else has to like fuck off and the king has to fight them.
Dale could answer that and basically just say no. That's not gonna happen.
Ask him if he has friends.
Do people like the king?
King strong, king kill all.
What makes him so
Yes.
strong?
Big, strong.
Are you big for your kind?
He puffs up his chest and says, yes.
I kind of want to make this guy king. How would we go about helping you become king?
Kill king.
How would we get to the king without all the other gnolls attacking us?
No.
There's the answer.
Yeah, we won't be able to distract them all with their instincts. Some will be obedient.
Could you do it yourself?
Kill king?
Yes.
No.
How
Do you
about
have any magical weapons we can give him to kill the king? What about the snake staff thingy?
He wouldn't be able to use it.
how about we
Not
have
nearly
Bennett,
intelligent enough to use magical items.
we have Bennett chop up all the dead gnolls and make the stinkiest stew he could make, and then we'll waft the smell in the direction of the camp.
I can
Still
make a very
thousands.
stinky soup.
Are there any secret ways to get to the king? So we don't have to go by all the gnolls?
No, Jesus Christ! What the fuck was that? Ah, I'm
Okay.
being attacked.
Right over there, Scruffles?
She's fine.
She is still in mourning for our fallen friend.
So, while Scruffles is doing battle. Yeah?
Could you get the king to come here?
No. King
I
is
think we can
king.
do it ourselves. I like the soup idea. That one sounds very tasty.
Is there a way we can kill a bunch of gnolls really easy?
We can poison the soup.
They
We
are
make a giant
stupid.
pot of soup, big cauldron, as much as we can possibly make, and then we poison it, or maybe in whatever we can put in it. That'll make them
Does your
shit
robe
themselves.
have a cauldron on it, Spruce?
One thing.
Oh,
I like that he looked at his shirt first.
Nope. I could make a big hole.
No, yes, we can make a hole, and I know how to make an underground type. Well, it won't. We'll see. But yeah, we make a hole. I really want to do this soup idea, you guys.
Oh, then we could fill it with the water thing.
The decanter. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So we don't have to worry about the water.
What happens if I add? No, that would ruin it, I'm sure, if I added something to the bag. But yes, we have water. We can make stinky things out of everything around here. We make giant bowl of soup.
Do you guys
And
like
we-
soup? I'm asking.
Eat?
Like,
It's like he doesn't understand what you're asking him.
I'll answer for him. He likes it, and he will.
No
try
eat meat.
Okay, I'm back.
Meat soaked in delicious water.
Meat.
Don't.
Meat,
I am going
meat,
to
meat,
season
meat,
it.
meat,
Don't
meat,
insult me
meat,
like that. Come
meat,
on.
meat.
To an unrefined palate like his.
Eat?
Meat. Yes, meat.
Yes, lots of meat.
Yes, good.
Meat.
Do you guys pray to the god of meat?
Great hyena.
No, there's one above him, the god of meat.
Great hyena. No god. No god.
Can I interest you in the god of meat?
Meat.
Have you accepted your Lord and Savior meat into your life?
That's how
You gotta meet
we'll
him.
spread the religion of meat.
Oh, and I have some eggs that are very rotten. Only 3 of them, but I took them to make a meal just like this, actually. Long time ago, and I put them in this little box. 3 eggs. They are very
Egg
rotten by
eggs?
now, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But that was the reason. And I have my immovable rod we can use as a thing to stir it, a spoon.
How are we gonna heat it up? Well, have Serafina under it.
What do you mean, how are we going to heat it up? We have fire right there.
Well, we'll need a big fire.
Well, there are trees around, if we need more.
How far away is the king?
Not far.
It also depends on how much of this poison we can make. What do we have available to us that we can use to poison a giant horde of gnolls? Anybody know how to make poisons, eh? Anyone?
I can come up with something.
Negative.
Beautiful.
All I have right now is I think it'll stop them. It won't kill them.
Oh no, it will put a dent in their forces, distract them. It will help. But I think it is safe to say that it will take a day or two for our plan, at least, before we can put it in motion. We should start gathering supplies. We killed this one and use him as a starter. A nice base layer of some sort.
No. We'll need them to have a king. Or else they'll go everywhere.
Oh, that is
Right.
true. We have a... Yeah, alright, good idea. Sorry, I'm just so excited.
Yeah, it's okay. He's growing on me. He's a cutie. Who's a cutie, Bracken?
Bracken.
Does anybody have any way to move the earth besides just digging with our hands?
I can make. Wait, I just saw it.
Brown.
I can make 2 cube pits that are 10 feet.
Hey, I mean, if we all work at it together, it'll be a bit of hard work, but our spells, weapons, shovels, whatever we have, your magic, we can get it done. Make a nice dirt cauldron. I have cooked things in the ground before. I've ate ground many times. One time I was fed dirt for dinner.
What up, Crotchy? Thank you for the resub, by the way, sir.
Very gritty. But it was not the worst thing I had had that day. So,
I enjoy leaves.
I've never tried a leaf before. These trees have leaves on them? No.
Nope.
See,
There's
I'll
like
be
a bunch of
trying.
dried leaves on the ground.
Leaves like those? I'll take a handful and eat them.
They're pretty bland, but you're okay with it.
Like, everyone makes fun of me when I eat the garnishes, but the garnishes are the best part of every meal.
I think everything that is edible and you can eat is a gift to the world. And that is not bad. Could use a little bit of dressing. But good.
Alright, so describe to me exactly what you guys are doing.
Hope everyone's on board with it. Any objections?
What are we doing?
Use it in our
I was
plan of
being
attack.
attacked.
Oh yeah, Scruffles missed it. Go ahead and Joey and explain the plan.
Alright, so essentially, giant bowl, as big of a bowl of poisoned soup as we can make to, if it's big enough and potent enough, take them all down. If not, we use it in our attack/sneak in. It will help us either way, and we get to poison a bunch, and I get to cook, and we all get to work together.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I knew you would be on board. Alright. Can you punch holes into the ground? Huh? Can you dig by punching?
I could try, but I think I
alright.
should just maybe dig normally.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna start digging. Find a nice open area. Or say, do we want to do it here?
Well, maybe we should
Probably
get
a
closer
bit
to their camp.
closer.
Yeah. I mean, it will take a bit of time to prepare it. Gather the meat, make it stanky, make it not insulting to my own abilities. Has to be good. Bad but good. You know what I mean? Has to be very, very bad, which makes it good, in my perspective. Well, anyways, we must put our full effort into this.
I agree.
Let's start gathering meat right away. The quicker we gather the meat, the quicker it will go rotten, and quicker it will spoil and taste shit.
We are gonna get closer to the camp, though. So how are we gonna get all the gnolls way out here if we're like super far from?
We get closer to it, and then after the stew is cooked, we'll
The
all
smell
try and
brings them
fan
in.
it.
And I'll use prestidigitation to help.
No,
Because
no,
it
no.
makes smells.
If we waft it, then they will only send a small group. But if we say, oh, here's an idea. We get up there, we plan to attack, and we just, if it's a poison that would work this way, we just dump the soup into the kingdom. Break it open. Be made of
I don't think we'll make that much soup.
Oh, don't hurt my feelings.
I don't know where we're gonna get that much meat.
Well, yeah, again, how much poison and soup we can make depends on how much meat we can gather. This is why
We
it is
could build a
personal.
dam, and then fill a large area on the other side of the dam, and just flood them all.
Well,
Because
I
we
mean,
have endless amount of water.
It is endless, but I don't think it would go fast enough to drown someone. A kingdom, no.
It's
A
long
couple
term.
of them.
Safe.
But I think we should use it when the battle comes, in addition to the soup. Maybe some of them will want a drink with their meal.
Is there kingdom in a valley?
Who are you asking?
Kingdom, Bracken.
All flat. All flat. Like, kind of gestures towards everything.
Okay, so that's not gonna work.
So what do you need to make your poison? woody friend. How does your poison work?
It's constrictor poison, so it would just hold them, right? I'm guessing that's what it is. After the broth is done, I could just put the vials in there.
Yes, and we are in a realm with the different seasons. We have access to literally 4 seasons of harvestable goods. There has to be something we can make a poison out of, or a laxative. Anything. There has to be materials around.
Well, I've got poisons. It's just not going to kill them, probably.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if it's a possibility, we should consider it, in addition to yours. If it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are welcome to attempt to find more materials.
I just want to can I make a nature check to see if I just would know if there's just a general basic knowledge of something like that would exist? Like, if we went out of our way,
give it a whack.
we'd be able to gather poison-making supplies?
Sure.
Alright. Because that's what it hinges on.
Yeah, but you would assume in this, cold, wet, rainy environment that there would be plenty of fungus that you could find that would probably be toxic.
Alright. We have Team A that goes and gets poison materials. We have Team B who starts working on the hold. And we have Team C who gathers whatever putrid things they can find. And then the rest dig. Huh?
Sounds good. I will start the hole up by throwing my cube things on the ground. Why'd I go to like 1980s looking?
Yes.
And then I'll look for poison.
I will go look for poison.
I'll venture out with them as well to get the poison, because I think that might lead to finding meat as well. Like, there might be some monsters I see around I can kill. I'm looking for anything rancid.
Okay, the 3 of you going out can do survival check.
And I would welcome the others if they'd like to come along.
Pete's gonna stay behind and watch the gnoll.
Do we get advantage because we're looking together?
Nope, just
Helps.
individual rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, tripping walk, you find a bunch of different small berries that you're pretty sure are poisonous, some mushrooms, different types of fungus and lichen that you're pretty sure would be toxic. Maybe not lethal, but would certainly cause gastrointestinal distress, poisoning, that type of thing.
And how long does it take to find how much?
Well, you guys are taking about an hour doing that.
I'm not going to stop picking stuff until the group tells me to stop. I'm getting as much as I can. So I'll go for hours.
Yeah, it all depends on how much time you want to spend.
As I'm picking, I say to the others, it feels like we have been picking for about an hour. I say we continue for about another 12 or 18 more.
Yeah, well, Serafina and Dale dig the hole. Continue to make it bigger. We can keep picking stuff.
Yes. I mean, what else are we going to do in the meantime, huh? When the head chef needs to enter the kitchen, I will do so. Until then, I will gather supplies.
Yeah, you find, like, all the stuff you need to make poisons, but you don't find any meat or anything living. It's just desolate.
Well, we've got the dead gnolls that we've murdered.
You might stumble upon some skeletal remains here and there, but by and large, everything here has already been eaten.
What about the gnolls we murdered, though?
Well, I'm assuming you already have those. I'm talking about what they would have found out while
I don't know,
gathering materials. Pay attention, Scruffles. God.
Okay, I'll pay attention to my
Stop
last
having
connection.
shit Wi-Fi internet, because you don't know how to apartment.
Also, it's almost 10.
No, it's not.
It's 9:45.
I will say, we don't need very much. We're not making them a fine meal at a restaurant. It doesn't need to be terrible, because I have pride. But we do need a little bit of meat, right? They won't be attracted to it if it just smells like poisonous fungi.
Maybe we can find worms.
No, we got meat from the dead gnolls.
But I mean, how much? I imagine it's been picked clean by the one we fed, and
Yeah,
how
there's
many-
not a whole lot of meat.
It'll be a very thin soup, and the thinner the soup, the thinner the plan. That's what my mom would always say.
You could head up to the winter biome place thing
We
and
can
get a
do
bunch
that.
of elk.
We can do that. That is a thing we can do. Just. Ooh. I mean, I know
I
it's
don't think there's any invisible.
anything stopping us from.
Technically,
difference.
no, but if your previous adventuring has given you any idea of the size of these areas, it's going to take you several days of travel to get to the winter biome.
As excited as I am, I don't think we have the time for it. I think Pete would talk our ear off. Friendly, no offense, Pete. You do a great job, but sometimes you can be a bit pushy. Well, we'll do the best we can. Gather whatever meat we can.
I can use prestidigitation to change the smell anyway.
I'll throw some rations in. I have rotten eggs.
We could probably find some rodents, maybe.
I've been looking
To
this
add to
entire
it.
time we have been searching. I've been looking. I haven't seen
Nope.
anything.
Where'd the centaur go?
Gone.
We should have killed him.
He is long gone.
No. I would like to present the. How much do we really need Brackett? He's big. He would make a very hefty brine. I brought a good soup.
Well, we only need him till we get to the camp, and then we don't need him anymore.
Right.
No, we need him to be the Knoll King, because then if there's no king, they'll all spread out everywhere
But I mean, if they
and
all
ravage the lands.
they'll eventually find a new king. Brackett probably doesn't even know what he's talking about. There's probably somebody else already in a better position to receive the king. Why would some scavenger? No, it would be someone else. If we
Because we
kill him,
know
then
him.
he can't be king. Someone else will
He's
take
cute.
him.
He's a little bit trained.
But we need meat for our soup.
Not with prestidigitation.
But we need meat for it. I'm saying we should consider it. He is not that useful. He is going to outrun and his purpose is going to be gone soon. And
I
we need
like
meat.
Bracken.
I do too. He's a great person, and I would love to use him. I'm sure he would be happy. We can just tell him to go swimming in the soup, and there will be meat in there, and then he'll die an unknowing happy death.
We let the giant deer thing I love die. We're not letting Bracken die. I love Bracken.
I will respect that. Can we poison their water supply somehow? Is that thinking too big?
Do you have a water supply? Ask Bracken.
He kind of doesn't know what you're asking. He kind of just
Pond,
looks at
lake.
you quizzically.
Stupid question. It would not work
Water.
anyways. Well, what time in the day is it?
By now it's getting to be evening.
Gonna be night, you said?
Yep, dusk.
All right, I say we gather fungi and poisonous things until it gets dark, and then we head back to camp and start on the soup. And enact plan, discuss the finer parts of going into the camp while we make the soup. It will take a while. But come dark, we head back to camp with whatever we have. Make as much as we can with our supply of poison, is stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound good, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I promise I will cook our ways to victory. I will not let any of you down. I am going
wanna
to
try
serve up
something.
justice.
I would like to pick up a leaf and make it taste and smell like roast beef and give it to Bracken. I'll be
He
like, here,
Sniffs it
Bracken.
for a second and then eats it.
Did you like it?
Kind of coughs a little bit. Trick, not me.
Tastes like meat. Does that
Not
make you
me.
happy?
He kind of just sullenly looks away.
Get out a piece of beef jerky, but make it taste better.
I say, wait.
Oh.
Sit.
Yeah.
Sit.
Bracken sit.
Bracken sitting.
Okay,
Does it
then
sit?
Bracken stand.
Stands up.
Okay. And I make it taste better. Like it's cooked. Lots of spices.
Noted. He scarfs it down greedily,
Good boy.
Good Bracken.
pretty much swallowing it whole. Chewing very little and just...
All right, so we spend until it gets dark. A little bit past dark.
So what are you
nighttime.
cooking this soup in?
Well, when we get back to camp, start digging a big old hole, and I got some ideas with the decanter and making a giant mud pit and then hardening the mud. If we want it transportable, I'll have to discuss with the rest of the group when we get back to the camp.
Yeah, you're open to do that
First
now.
one,
It's open
a
session.
large
Cool.
tarp.
Say, how do we want to deliver our soup nuke?
Soup nuke. Nice.
I mean, we can make a bowl into the ground. We can
Snook.
just break some branches down, make a fire. And the bowl,
Does
I don't know,
anyone have
where-
a large tarp? You could dig a big hole and put the tarp in it to contain the liquids.
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Does anyone have a large tarp? So
I have
that
a
we
rolled
could use
up
that.
tent, but I don't think it's going to hold.
My question would be how much quantity-wise could we make with the materials we gathered? Because that'll determine what kind of bowl we need.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta tell me how big of a bowl you're making versus how many materials you
large
have.
Cauldron size.
So,
I'm picturing like the size of like the James and the Giant Peach, like cut in half, hollowed out. I'm thinking big.
oh, massive.
Yeah,
That's gonna take
I
you a
have
long
10
time.
foot cubes that I
And
was
that's gonna be a
throw to make
very,
hole.
very thin soup.
That's what I was thinking. So a smaller.
If you wanted to make a good quality soup, you're looking at like a 10 by 10 hole
Oh, I need
with
to
the
look.
materials that you have.
Like large witch cauldron size.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I have the materials for
So
this.
you need one of those big poles to stir
We
it.
use the immovable rod to keep it up in the air. And we fire underneath while we cook. And waft over it. Huh?
That could work.
I'm looking up what's in the cook's utensils right now. It doesn't say any description. They might have it.
I would say that you have all of the utensils that you need to craft it. But yeah, the main question is, what exactly are you cooking it in?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe a cook's utensils would necessarily denote a large cauldron.
Can't really use a tree trunk.
I can transmute things.
Oh, what am I thinking? Of course you can transmute things. What can you transmute? What can you...
Wood, metal, stone.
Well, we transmute a bowl. Easy, right?
Yeah,
A
it'll
bowl
probably
is the
take you a
one that-
few hours to do that much material, but you could fashion a cauldron out of basically the dirt that you have available and slowly transform that into metal.
Yes.
I will stay
I
up
would
with
like
you while you
to.
do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was assuming it would be committing, a few hours at least to this, several hours. So yeah, if everyone's on board.
Yeah, so it's well into nighttime by the time you guys are done, and as it gets darker, you can see illumination from the north. There appears to be at least several large fires. You know, you don't have line of sight to them, they're not that close, but you can see the telltale glow of, you know, bonfires basically burning somewhere, sorry, off to the north.
All right. Well, I will stay up with Trip, and I will I will just keep him company because I don't think I can really help. But once the bowl is made, I'm gonna fill it with
Yeah,
water.
I'm assuming you guys are all kind of pitching in. It's a group effort. There's no need to assign individual tasks. I'm assuming you guys
I'll
can
start the
figure that
fire.
out.
Well, I mean, what if someone else wanted to start the fire?
Too bad. I like aim my finger at
And
the
just so I
below
understand it,
it.
your basic plan is to make a very stinky soup
comes
to
out.
try and draw as many of these gnolls out of the large camp as you can.
Yep. A small to medium distraction, depending on how well it takes.
Right, and keeping in mind that there are thousands, so it might prove to be a very fleeting distraction, as the first to arrive will probably gorge themselves and not leave a whole lot for the others.
We're planning on assuming getting as big of a crowd as we can, coax as many out as we can, you know?
Okay, so if there's anything else, I'll give you guys a moment to think if there's anything else you'd like to note before enabling the snook.
Okay, I mean, I know
I
it will
have an
take you
idea.
hours to do this, but what if we attack, or we have we have smells coming from different sides of the kingdom. That way, more people are getting sent out to different areas. Not one. We
I
want
don't
to
know if
get out.
anybody has this spell, but I was gonna suggest that we could use some sort of invisibility spell on the stew until we lure them out so that they can't figure out exactly where it is.
I have invisibility, but I think it only works on creatures. I've never tried it on a
Correct.
object before.
Uh,
Wait, I mean, it depends on how many gnolls we get out, but I do have many drops of this potion of sleeping, which I've been told is very, very potent.
I'd like to rest before we make them come out. It'll only take 4 hours.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
course.
you guys can do short rest stuff at kind of as part of your prep work. Because you're basically doing, like, more or less casual, mindless tasks. You know, you're not running through the woods, grabbing up as much shit as you can, so much as you're kind of just taking a stroll around, seeing what you can see, gathering that. So I would count that as a short rest. Just like all the prep work and stuff that you guys are doing.
Hey, so okay,
So if you'd
yeah,
like, you can roll hit die to regain hit points.
I cannot cast invisibility on a creature, but if I am holding the pot when I go invisible, it will go invisible as well. Or whoever is holding it, I can transform anyone invisible, and the pot will become invisible.
I don't think you want to be there to let go of the invisibility when they get there.
Well, that is why we stay back and keep an eye on whoever it is, but we will need to use someone, and I kind of cover my hand.
if that person were to let go of the pot, would they become visible, or just the pot?
Anyone wearing is carrying, as long as it is on the target's person. So once I drop it or set it down.
Right, and that's kind of maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
Yeah.
Because it's usually restricted to objects on your person. There's no way you're lifting a full cauldron of soup that's 10 by 10. So I don't know is that I would count that as carried or worn by.
Yeah, wouldn't be very mobile with it. That's for sure.
So yeah, I'm not sure that would work.
What about like a fog cloud covering the whole area that the pot is in to make it harder to find?
I can turn into a gnoll for an hour.
Well, would you be able to convince the gnolls that show up first to wait until the rest show up, or till more
No.
get there?
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to answer that, Dale,
But I cannot do that.
since you know all about the gnolls.
Oh,
Right.
she knows. Could we outrun them? Do I think we could outrun them? Like, they're same speed? Are they much faster?
They're about the same speed as a human, elf, give or take.
So I think we could kite them.
There might be slight variations between them, but more or less the same speed as a human.
Well, I can also maybe. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I can't attune. Oh no, I can. But my staff of the adder has poisonous snakes. Magical. Maybe I hook a few in there. I don't know if it'll do anything, but I'm gonna start attuning to my staff of the adder, and I'm just gonna try that
Okay. Noted.
because it does deal a decent bit of poison damage. So
Yeah, anything else, or are you guys ready to enable the snook?
how exactly are we enabling the snook, and under what pretense? Under what context? Like, are we sneaking in?
Well, basically that means you're lighting the fire and starting to cook it, because they're probably going to be able to smell it cooking. So,
Yes, yes. Perfect.
you would assume in their very ravenous and hungry state that they would be even more sensitive to the smell of food cooking and come running. You know, basically as soon as the scent reaches their nostrils, they're gonna go straight for it.
All right.
I
Yeah, so
suggest we get the fuck away from it when they
Yeah,
get here.
I'm throwing the poisons that we gathered in there.
can we
Fungus.
build some sort of trench in front of it so they trip as they're running towards it? I don't have time for a giant hole, but make the ground rough and shit.
All depends on how you're gonna do it.
How much longer do you guys want to commit to this? I will stay up through the night.
I need 4 hours just to trance out.
I feel like I have just rested very recently. I've had a just godly sleep, divine sleep. It was great.
If you're
I
gonna
feel
take
rested.
a long rest trip, which is 4 hours, you know it'll probably be around midnight by the time you're done.
Okay.
So, whenever I'm not needed, I am making the area like I'm digging big ridges and
What's the
stuff so that
moon
they
look
run here
like?
without looking. They'll
What
trip.
moon?
There's no moon,
You don't see a
So-
moon.
so it's like a new moon,
Could be.
like super
Or there
dark.
could be no moon. Or you could just not see the moon because it's overcast.
Okay. So it's darker than if there was a moon.
Correct. Unless you guys have light sources, there is no light.
Besides my eyes, no.
And like I said, you can tell the telltale glow of fires in the distant north.
So we hide around this soup and we basically pick them off as they run towards it, right?
Oh, I thought we were gonna go kill the king while they were doing this.
Well, that should be our plan, but we should wait and see how many come out, right? What if only 3 or 4, like a nearby ones come? Then,
I'll go ahead and tell you, you find that very unlikely. If one starts running and going meat, 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 it's gonna be like a chain reaction.
oh, then
They're very simple creatures.
I am sorry. I'm very protective of my soup. I just did
They're
want
they're
to-
not gonna be like, hold on, let's see what Steve has to say when he comes back after gorging himself on all the food that he's running towards. It's more
Damn it, I
like
made a
me,
meal.
me, 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 me.
I
Now,
won't
now,
be
now,
able
now,
to
now.
see them eat it. But you're right. Sorry. My taste buds got the better of me. I am too good at cooking.
Mr. Buffalo!
So,
What do you think we should do?
Sounds like a proper plan to me. I say, we get all the gnolls out of the camp, we sneak in, we kill the king, get what we need to get, and get the hell out of here before they figure out what happened.
That is wonderful. We might have to fight 1 or 2. Maybe the king is smart enough. I don't know. This king sounds like a tough guy. But I think it'll be very simple. No hiccups at all. In and out.
He probably doesn't want the help of other gnolls to make him look weak.
But old society is, it'll be fine. Easy. No problem. Could do it in my
No
sleep.
problem.
And just so I have this straight, you guys are gonna light the fire and then immediately start sneaking towards.
Oh, start the fire, waft it for a good, a few minutes, good, solid, however long. Just to waft. We need to waft it a bit and prestidigitate and stuff. And then, yeah, pretty much immediately, though. No more than like a few minutes.
Okay. Are you ready?
After you've gotten your short rest and everything, are you good? spells wise?
Yes.
Okay. I would ideally have liked to take a short rest as well at that pool at some point.
That's fine.
All right.
Anytime during all the preparation stuff, sure you had enough time to roll your hit die and get your spells back.
We are
What's our
ready.
hit die again?
It should be right on your character sheet, just click the button.
Oh,
What
right.
is a D8?
It rolls them one at a time. And you should have, what level are you, 3 or 4?
4.
So you have 4 hit, you can roll that 4 times to regain hit points if you need it.
Oh.
And so now those spent hit die, you don't get those back until you long rest.
Mm.
See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
What up, Benzyme?
So, yeah, that is the official plan. We're going to make soup. A few minutes after wafting it and getting it percolating or whatever, we immediately begin sneaking on over there.
Okay.
I'll lead the way because I got fantastic eyes.
It is dark, but you do have humans with you, so are you going to be using a light source or just kind of guiding the people who don't have dark vision?
Well,
Obviously, a light source is going to make your stealth rolls pretty much impossible.
I mean, feel free to interject anybody, but if you trust me to lead the way, I feel like once we get there, there'll be enough light from the camp.
Yeah, you don't... Got maybe a mile that you would have to go before the light from these bonfires starts illuminating enough that you can see. So,
I'd have anyone that doesn't not able to see where they're going like hold part of my staff, so they're like they know where I'm going because I can see.
I have dark vision as well, so I can help lead.
I think it's just Dale.
yeah. I believe it's just Dale and Pete who do not have
Dale,
dark
you can
vision.
hold my hand.
Yeah, you guys can make a reasonable, chain of people, not super close. And what are you doing with Bracken?
Good question. And also making sure you note that I did try to staff the adder thing. Makes any difference. No one wanted that when I offered it up, right?
Nope.
Then I'm just gonna like dunk it in there and use it. That's what I've been using to stir it.
Okay, noted.
When I tune to it. Knowing full well that it might mess
Thank you,
up the
Nikolai.
staff.
Okay. So what are you guys doing with Bracken?
We should probably muzzle him and take him with us if
Yes,
we're
make
gonna
sure.
make him king.
I would say tie him up too.
Yes.
Yeah, he's already tied up.
I would say kill him.
I agree. Make sure he can at least make no noise.
See,
Okay.
here's what we do. We get
Trip.
into the camp. We
Oh,
kill
first
the
thing I
king.
need you guys to do is I need Trip to make a persuasion roll. To try and get him to leave the soup alone, because he wants it.
I say we slit his throat and droop him over the bowl.
Yeah, he's like, you're trying to convince him that the soup is bad for him, but he's just like not hearing you. He's like struggling to get over to
Can I
it.
just walk up to him and snap his neck like I did the other guy?
You can certainly try.
And I'm on board with that. So if I get
Yeah,
any
I'm gonna
information
walk
about
up
he's
and
about to do that, I would
before any of you can even like do anything. Do I have
Everything
advantage?
I love dies.
Yeah, you can make an athletics roll with advantage.
Yeah, I love it
Oh,
too.
it's an
This-
athletics roll. Okay.
It's like putting down a family dog or something right here for Bennett. So, or a farm animal.
Crack, dead.
Good.
I just kind of like, brush my hands. I'm like, that takes care of that, and I
And
just
that's
like
soup.
pick them up and I chuck them in the soup. Or
Yeah.
actually, I like give them to Bennett, and I'm just like,
I-
I don't.
I cradle him and I say, "This had to happen. Let's all take a moment of silence. First for our fallen paladin friend, and then for this gnoll we just killed. And offer him up to the soup, lay him outside, make it look like our people have already tried to eat the
Can
soup.
I
Gnolls will
burn
go
his
crazy."
body before we toss him into the
What are you doing?
soup? I was gonna say, can I burn his body before we throw him into the soup?
Sure.
Barbecue, no.
It'd create another good smoke signal. More attention.
Well, also because anybody who is a worshipper of Kufsuth knows that everyone must be cremated before being buried. Not that we have to fully turn him to ash, but Kosuth would approve.
I will do whatever. This was not an easy decision. So whatever is most
I
respectful.
barbecue his body.
Okay.
I use burning hands and just.
So now, are we ready to enable the snook?
Yep. Snook with an add-on Bracken bomb.
The snook launches go.
Okay. So my next question is, who among you has the highest stealth?
I have 5.
3.
Probably you then.
I only got +4.
Okay.
Unless
So
I level up
Ewok,
this
I
time.
need you to make a stealth roll with advantage, because you are, again, in the dark. There is a large distraction provided. It's very unlikely that, if careful enough, they'll take any notice of you. They'll probably just beeline it towards the scent of food, because they are starving.
And now they smell barbecued meat.
We also masked our scent, minimally. I haven't.
I
cleaned
would
up.
be doing that with prestidigitation, just making us smell like leaves.
Nothing.
It's like walking through the perfume department.
Like
Gotcha.
dead leaves. Like leaves we're walking on.
Okay. So you guys ready to know what happens?
Are we going late tonight?
Are we gonna find out next session? Because I feel like that's what I'm about to say.
Well, no, I'm pretty much about to end it, but I do have something to tell you for your efforts, if that's okay, Scruffles. God.
But our efforts didn't do anything.
And by the way, I thought 10 your time was 2 my time.
No.
So that was my mistake. But we will be ending soon.
Okay.
Alright. So, you guys make up this lovely broth of knoll bits and poison mushrooms and berries, and really doesn't take much to pique their appetite and interest. And after about 15-20 minutes, you're assuming it does take time for the scent to travel and of course for them to come running. But you definitely hear the sounds of many, many footsteps crashing through the forest. Over and over again, you're just hearing this chorus of them saying the same thing over and over again, which, even though you don't speak Knoll, you've heard it enough times now, it's meat, 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 meat. And they're just going right for it.
The gnolls have gone to meet their maker.
Oh yeah. So you're seeing like several dozen of them just like literally clawing and tearing over each other, like falling into these ditches, climbing over each other, and just literally sticking their heads in the broth. And just gorging themselves. Like, I'm sure you guys have all seen the video on the internet of the husky blowing bubbles in the dog the water bowl. This is a lot like that. So just like bubbles on top of the water, just like foaming and frothing as all these gnolls start just shoving their heads in there, swallowing as much as they possibly can, like not even coming up for air. And that's when you notice the poison has taken effect, as several of the ones who arrived there first start falling over and just vomiting. And oh no, that's not the worst part. In true canine fashion, others start eating the vomit of their compatriots, and it's just a chain reaction of vomit getting eaten and then re-vomiting to getting eaten. And you're seeing dozens and then hundreds of these gnolls just vomiting all over the place. It's horrifying.
A sight for sore eyes.
Can I roll sanity?
This is never going to end.
So it seems that your plan has succeeded greatly, and as you approach the camp, you see only a handful of gnolls left, surrounding a much larger gnoll who's kind of just draped across an altar. And just to paint you the scene, I didn't finish this map. I was pretty sure that we wouldn't get to it tonight anyway, but so there's this large knoll. Basically, it's a small encampment, very, there's like a couple of small huts, but nothing permanent really. Just like little tents and lean-tos and things to basically block the rain. Looks like some type of altar has been set up with a large bowl full of bones atop it. Also atop the altar, is a small cage. And within that cage, you see a fairy dragon. Muzzled and with tiny shackles on his little dragon hands and feet, and looking very, very despondent. And these gnolls seem to be all kind of clustered around this little area. There's 4 large bonfires, and in the center is like a large chunk of ice. From the distance, you're not able to make out any more details than that. But just from the placement of these bonfires, it seems that they're desperately trying to melt this block of ice for some reason.
Ammo channel the flames and burn them all.
Well, no, so that is where we're going to end for this evening.
All right.
So you have made your way to the king's camp. Like I said, only a handful of gnolls remain to protect their king, as all the other gnolls have gone and been poisoned and repoisoned and repoisoned.
Oh, it's gonna be never.
It's
The gnolls are gonna be extinct. We just caused the extinction of the gnolls. I think they're just gonna end the cycle of eating their puke and throwing up until they just vomit up their insides.
pretty much.
I think we did a good thing.
Bracken's brave sacrifice.
So before you guys go, I do
was
have
around
some
there.
experience to give you. In honor of Ariel, everybody take 420.
Oh, that gets me so insanely close.
Because, I'm not gonna give you experience for all the gnolls that you killed, but that is for the battle and also for planning and executing probably the best plan you guys could have even come up with in this situation. Like, how do you get rid of an army of gnolls? Use their hunger against them, and that's exactly what you did. So, job well done.
Do enough
Although, I
crazy,
will
inspiring
say-
stuff to get him 25 extra experience points, perhaps.
Sure
I mean,
did.
he did come
He
up with
sure
all.
did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will
So
say though that I
That
think
was
our
my
best
plan,
plan,
Scruffles. Thank you very much.
our best plan of any
Mm.
campaign was the
The crocodile.
crocodile thing.
The crocodile mile.
Yep.
This is pretty close. We just have Buckle here to draw it.
No, I've seen some good plans, but I've never been involved in one on like a non-DM capacity.
Yeah,
So
so
it's cool to be on the other
could
side
we
of
get
that.
some clappas up in chat, please, for the team tonight who came up with a very, very good plan and used their knowledge to the and their own abilities to see it through.
Good work, team.
Good improvisation. I didn't have to hold your hand through it. You guys pretty much came up with that and executed it on your own.
Bennett got to make a soup.
And a lot of that was due to the knowledge that Dale was able to pass on regarding the behavior of gnolls. They're
Yeah, and the
basically
poison we're able
eating
to-
machines first and foremost.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make it without the chef is only as good as the other chefs in the kitchen. I think is how the saying goes.
So just make sure you mark down, like, you got rid of all your eggs and all the meat and, like, pretty much all the food that you had except for what rations you might need.
I know fresh.
Had to go into the soup, otherwise it would have been way too thin. It probably wouldn't have worked as well.
Excellent. Good work.
So, great job, team. Joey, for your hit points, we don't roll them, just take the average. So your hit points will increase half your hit die plus 1 plus your constitution modifier.
Can I can't choose to roll?
Nope.
Okay.
Everybody takes the average.
All right. Let me roll that right now. So D20 plus con mod plus 1.
Nope, it's whatever your hit die is, take half of that
die, I mean.
plus 1 plus con, and it's just the
Okay.
static number.
Okay, that's-
So Warlock, I think, is D6 or D8.
Yep. 4 plus the 1 is 5 plus 2 for the con mod is 6, 7.
Alright, so your hit points increase by 7.
All right. I'll change that in my roll 20.
You are 4th level now, so you have gotten your DI back.
Am and my ability score improvement.
Or you can choose to take a feat.
I will mull that over the next.
Yeah,
day.
you've got plenty of time to decide. So just so long as you have it done by next session, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
And of course, if you have any questions, I'll be here.
All right.
All right. So we are ending a little bit earlier than usual because Scruffles is a whiner. I'm just kidding. I did tell you we'd be ending 20 minutes ago. That was a miscommunication on my part, Scruffles. I'm sorry.
Okie
But typically speaking, we'll probably end up going closer to 2 most of these sessions, just so we can get stuff done. But if it's a real problem, we can work out a way for you to maybe leave early or something like that.
Just tonight.
Okay, fair enough.
I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow early.
I completely understand that. I have a metric fuck ton of shit. Exactly 1 metric fuck ton of shit that I have to do tomorrow.
At least your shit's well organized, you know?
What's
Yeah.
that in pounds?
Too many. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I need to do tomorrow, guys. I will probably not be streaming. The next time you will see me will be at 4 p.m. on Encounter Roleplay's stream on Saturday for part of their 24-hour stream. I have not been told yet what we are playing. I've been told it's likely Call of Cthulhu, so probably that. But, of course, always subject to change with those types of streams and scheduling conflicts and what have you. It always ends up being something like very fun and very casual, so I'm not too worried about that. And then Saturday night, we have our subscriber arena battle. So make sure that you guys have those done by the time I am done on Encounter Roleplay on Saturday, which will be around the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time mark. That'll be roughly the deadline to have your characters done, or at least mostly done with maybe a few questions to have answered, something like that. I don't mind. But yeah. So if you guys need any help with your characters, Variel or I can help you get you into the game, get character sheets, etc. handled. I'll have to be assigning some tokens and stuff like that, so I'll be getting a hold of everybody if I can in the next day or two. Get that all sorted out. So, oh, yep, I got you, Hamdome.
I might be home in time to catch the end of it, but I got a wedding on Saturday to go to. On my
Gotcha.
own.
Not a problem, man. We'll get you in for the next one, if that's the case.
I just want to watch at least a bit of it.
Yeah, so we don't have a whole lot of people in right now, so the odds are pretty good. So if you guys are subscribed and you're interested in joining in the arena battle, get a hold of me or Variel. We can help you get in the game and get you set up. And so that'll be on Saturday, and then I will probably end up streaming something on Sunday, though I don't know what it is quite yet. The only other thing I wanted to touch on is we are 1 t-shirt away from hitting the goal for the Know Your Role t-shirts, which were made by my amazing friend Dust. Came up with that t-shirt design. I thought it was great. About time to start repping my own brand, so I have not ordered my own yet, so the goal will definitely be hit, but there are 4 days left, I want to say, on that campaign, if I'm remembering correctly. 3 or 4 days left. So if you're not able to afford it now, don't worry, I will keep that as like an ongoing campaign, so you might just have to wait a little while longer if you do order sometime soon and the threshold isn't met to get them printed. You have to sell a minimum of 3 in order for them to ship. So it'll basically be like, after this, if you order one, you kind of have to wait for 2 other people to order theirs, or somebody to order 2 items, something like that. That's, as I understand it, how Teespring works. Again, this is my first Teespring campaign, so not super familiar with the ins and outs of it, but I'm very, very happy that so many people ordered shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. You guys are amazing. So thank you to all of you who purchased those. I expect lewd photographs of you wearing my gear. And by lewd, I mean completely tasteful, so I can show them on stream.
So just
Or
You
not.
have a not safe for work channel on your Discord.
That's true. All right. So I think I mentioned everything. I think I have everything covered. Sorry, there's a lot going on this week. And again, thank you guys for all the subscriptions and donations following, and even just being here, spending your time with us on a Thursday evening really means a lot to me. So, just being here is support enough, and I really appreciate all of your beautiful faces. So we will start our shout-outs out with Ewok.
What up? My favorite part was the vomit knoll stew. Was,
I figured you guys would find that a nice touch. I mean, they are
I-
basically canines, so...
I did not expect any of that to happen. But Variel has my link because Variel is awesome. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll be doing my Star Wars D&D, and the players have a boss to fight.
Bouse.
So that'll be fun. But other than that, I try and stream every night, 11 p.m. No stream tonight, though. But tomorrow night, yes.
Right on. So, Variel's got your links up. Definitely follow that channel. Ewok been a good friend of mine for a long time, and he does some really good content. And that Star Wars game I'm usually lurking during, but it's very, very cool stuff. So, for sure, check that out. Otherwise, you're total Squaresville, and you should be upset about life. Which brings us to Trip.
Hi,
Hello.
I do D&D things. Here are other people's channels. Follow them. And I also stream WoW and stuff at mine at twitch.tv/Trippenstein and at Trippenstein on Twitter.
And what was your favorite part tonight?
My favorite part was trying to come up with a plan to actually kill us all and it working. I was actively trying to get us all killed.
Well, I mean, what else is new? Alright, that brings us to the Ammo Bird with her vibrant red plumage.
Yay! You can follow me on Twitter, Amro16, and Amro's here on Twitch. I like to make crochet things and stuff. And my favorite part would definitely be the stew plan, but my least favorite part is the poor little fairy dragon. We must save him.
He's counting on you, Ammo. Alright. That brings us to, let's see, who's next in line? That would be... You know what, Scruffles? I gotta tell you something. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Alright, so I got a phone call earlier today, and it was President Obama.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to know when Scruffles is going to be streaming again. It's kind of a national crisis that we're having here in the States. We don't have enough Canadian sass in our lives.
Uh-huh.
And
doesn't have much
it's a
time.
matter of national security at this point, Scruffles. When can we expect...
If Obama asks, you have to do it, or I'm gonna invade Canada.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he doesn't have
you
much
guys
time
tried
left.
that
He won't be
once.
president.
Didn't work out so well for you guys. Anyway, hopefully next week, maybe. I don't know. I've been busy with real life stuff, school, so I apologize, but it's been kind of nice not having the best internet. It's made me go outside, but I'll get it fixed. Yeah, so Ariel's already got my links. You can follow me on there and follow me on Twitter to know updates.
Alright.
I'll let you know there when I get my internet.
Word, Thunderbird. What was your favorite part?
Oh. Snapping that dude's neck and also becoming a giant bookworm.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Dropping some knowledge on people. Professor
I read a
Tail.
book once. It's been
You're a nullographer. Yeah, a nullologist.
fascinating.
You know all? That's a
A
stretch.
null it all.
Null it all. That's better. Yeah.
Saved. Which brings us to DM Joey, who is not DMing here, but he does every Tuesday night on Heroes of Enderborg Barrows Boy. Follow that channel. Sorry, I had to.
It's fine. No, you did a great, excellent lead-in. Very, very good. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. I mean, I've talked my ass off today, and I'm sure said everything that I would normally say. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I'm glad everyone seemed to like the voiceover thing I did. So if any of y'all here in the group want one of those done, just contact me on Twitter, because that's something I want to do more of, seeing that it was well received especially, and it's what I really enjoy doing. So thanks everyone for watching and supporting what I do, supporting what I get involved with, supporting what Thog does, and supporting what all these lovely people do, and them having me on their show. So thank you, everybody.
And what was your favorite part of tonight's session?
Oh, without a doubt, the soup.
Yeah.
And then the result from the soup. I was expecting a decent distraction.
The soup getting vomited promptly and reconsumed and rinse and repeat.
I was expecting the first guy to knock it over.
To refine that answer a bit, I mean, I've DM'd a lot, and I've had groups think of plans like this where I'm just like, damn, that was a good plan you guys thought of. And I'm like, good job. That was like your best plan you ever thought of, but I've never been on the other side of it. Feels
very
good.
Rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah.
That to have a plan go to.
Yeah, the group works together, makes an awesome plan that just
guys,
spectacular.
You guys put your heads together and hedged your bets, and everything. There was no rolls required. Everything went according to plan. I'm a very big proponent of not forcing rolls where there don't necessarily need to be rolls. You know, if you were trying to prepare an enticing feast for maybe a lord and lady, you might need to roll some stuff for your cooking skill on that. But to make a basic stew for gnolls, it doesn't take much to get them excited, especially since they're starving. So no roll needed there. Yeah, a good plan can make a very difficult encounter a cakewalk. Take note, D&D players.
Tasty session.
Yes. Except for the Blarnolls, who are probably gonna die. But they're busy for the time being. You've bought yourself quite some time. They're gonna be busy with that for a while.
And they fuck like rabbits too, apparently, so death has to happen for Crimson Blade to, get back to us.
Exactly. Pete needs his Crimson Blade. He needs his life back.
No, Bennett needs his ego stroked.
Ammo needs to save a friend.
And fairy dragon.
My little fairy dragon.
So yeah, I guess the overlying question there that you guys might not have missed is, why didn't they eat the dragon?
I don't know.
Not me.
Find out next week, maybe. On Divinity of Pain.
Doesn't smell like meat.
Meat. Alright, so again, thank you everybody for watching, spending your Thursday evening here with us tonight. We are ending a little bit early. I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Scruffles will beat me if we don't end soon. And I'm Fragile, handle with care, so. Anyway, on that note, everybody have a great night. I will be hosting, so please be your best glorious selves for whoever that is. We can do the waving thing.
Bye.
Ruffles, are you waving? Don't lie to us.
I am waving.
Okay.
I'm not waving.
No, you're not.
My arms hurt.
Well, stop climbing Mount Everest, Dean. Jeez.
Climbing is fun.
Damn it. End your conversation.
We're out!
Keep waving while we talk.
Ewok.